And Ms. Yentz, would you do that for us?
Father, thank you for this opportunity to come together and bless our teachers, to bless our students, and to bless our community, Father. We just ask that your wisdom be with us tonight, that we have understanding beyond our own. You can see the future. You know all things. So show us what the best vote is on everything. And Father, those who we're recognizing tonight, place a special blessing over their lives for what they've put into our students and into our community. And I will ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. And before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, I think it would be appropriate this time for us just to have a moment of silence for Mr. Thomas Ballard, who is a member of our Coffee County School Board that is undergoing some health issues right now, and I would just like to have a moment of silence for Mr. Ballard. Thank you. Okay, if you would stand, I will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I guess next we're going to recognize our student ambassadors, and I think the names are wrong on my agenda. Okay, could y'all just, I have Layla Cooley and Phoenix Thomas, and I don't think that's correct.
Phoenix isn't here, but I'm Will Rogers. I'm the student body treasurer.
I knew you were. Welcome, Will.
I'm Layla Cooley. I'm the student body historian.
Thank you. Okay, thank y'all very much, and we appreciate y'all being here, and hopefully the meeting won't be so long that you pass out on us. Some of the student ambassadors in the past have been here a long time and bared with us through the meeting, so we appreciate y'all being here and your input. Okay, we're going to have some recognitions tonight, and the first one, Mr. Hargrove is going to present the VFW Teacher of the Year Award along with Roy Slaughter and Robin Walker. So if
Miss Parsley, will you and Dr. Anderson?
Not this person. It's Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah, she goes to Dick Fair too. Where is Mr. T?
It's okay. He's the one that does. She's split.
We want to take a minute and we want to recognize two of our teachers in our county that have put applications in for Teacher of the Year with the VFW. These folks have served in our military, and so they have won the local chapter as well as the state chapter state presentation, and then their applications have gone on to the national level as well. So Ms. Robin Walker and Mr. Roy Clark, y'all come up. They are definitely representing Coffee County Schools well, and we certainly appreciate them. Since I have the mic, I'm going to talk about Mr. Clark for a half a second, if that's okay. He is one of our 8th grade social studies teachers, does an amazing job, and does a great job pumping up our students. I don't know how many of you former kids here from middle school have had Mr. Slaughter. I think you all could vouch for the excitement that he brings to the classroom, and certainly appreciate him and his energy for our school.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I'll also talk about Mr. Slaughter because I got to work with him when I was at the middle school, and so, and like him and Miss Walker both, great teachers. You don't actually have to tell them what to do a whole lot, and so you let them get in their classroom and teach. And for Miss Walker, works with our ELL population, and builds such a great rapport with them. She works with our crazy schedule to find time to work with her students, and so yeah, it's an amazing opportunity to have a teacher through our building get this recognition, and we're super excited about that. You guys have speeches?
We hope so. No pressure.
It was just a really great honor to be recognized by the VFW. It wasn't expected. I do my job because I love children and I love working with them. So to be recognized by the VFW was really a great honor. And it's a great honor to work for Coffee County in both schools in Deerfield and East Coffee. Thank you.
Right now. All right. Here we go. It is an honor and a privilege to teach. It is a calling. It is not just a job. Getting to teach social studies, I get to teach the Constitution, our Declaration of Independence, create better citizens, not only for this community, but for the state and for our country. It's a wonderful and sometimes very hectic and crazy life, but it's wonderful to see the kids grow and then to see you here that I have had in class and know that you're going to do great things out here in the world.
I just wanted to add one thing. My project actually for the VFW was a presentation for Veterans Day, where I actually got actual veterans from the VFW to actually, I interviewed them about what it means to be a veteran. And so that presentation, along with the flag presentation, will be offered to all of the districts come November.
Mr. Keith, Ms. Walker, you served in the...
Oh, sorry. I served in the Air Force.
Army. The only way.
Air Force is the best.
I'm gonna say about my Army brethren. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank y'all. Y'all have anything to say?
Congratulations.
Okay, our next recognition will be the DECA International Career Development Conference attendees, and I think Miss Angela Prater is going to be doing that. Turn it off for me.
Turn it this way so you see. Good afternoon. My name is Angela Prater, and I teach marketing at the high school, and I've been a DECA advisor since 2002. And recently I had 4 students who qualified for our international conference. Mr. Christian Galindo, he placed 5th in the state in professional selling. And then I had a team of Gianna Fanley and Grace Anderson. They were in the contest of marketing management decision making and placed 3rd in the state of Tennessee. And then Mr. William Rogers, he was in sports and entertainment marketing competition, and he placed 1st in the state. This qualified all 4 of them to attend the International Career Development Conference in Atlanta, Georgia a few weekends ago, where they competed very well. But Mr. William Rogers placed 6th in the world at this conference, and to my knowledge, that's the first time Coffee County DECA has ever placed at our International Career Development Conference. So we just wanted to recognize them tonight, and I thank the board members for inviting us to do that. Can y'all get close so we can get a picture? Yep. Sorry. Which way are we looking first? Let's look this way.
Ms. Prater, it's always so much fun to see all those posts on Facebook and seeing all the things that the children, or not children, the young men and women at the high school are doing. Appreciate you.
Thank you, and it's an honor to be a part of that with them. That's what makes my job fun.
Anybody else have anything? Okay, the next is, it's our honor to recognize the graduates entering the military. And Charlie was
I would like to take this moment to remind everyone in this room and everyone who's watching about the privilege that we have based on young men and young women who are willing to make a sacrifice, and this is exactly what they are doing, is making a sacrifice for each and every one of us in this room. And that's something that I take very seriously, considering I'm a veteran, and there's just a special place in my heart for young men and young women who do the same. Their lives are fixing to be changed, and there's one thing that they need to understand, and I hope that they learn, I pray that they learn this every day, that they are better tomorrow than they were today. And that's one thing the military will instill in them, and they will come back, they will represent us at a high level, and we're looking so forward to that. So as I call your name, please come forward and line up here, and then we'll save our applause for the end. And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize, but get used to it, because if I can't pronounce it, good luck in recruit training with that. Joining the Army is Damian Thomas. The date I have for Damian to go full-time is 9 of June, June 9th. Salem Anthony, July 13, he's joining the National Guard. Cooper Shirk, joining the Army, and his date is July 7. William Olzaway, did I say that correct, William?
It's pronounced Olshovy.
Okay, got you. What he said. He's joining the Navy, and June 30. June 30. My date was June 14th.
Congratulations.
Caleb Dodson, joining the Air Force. Mason Hardy, joining the National Guard, September 9th.
It's Harding.
Harding, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's the only time they'll ever apologize for saying it wrong. William Connolly, joining the Marines, October 6th. Is that correct? All right. And then Serenity Ridner. She's joining the National Guard, and her date is August. I don't have the exact date, but her date is August. Let's see. Damien is going to be he's going to be a 68 combat medic. Salem is going to be in military police. Cooper is going to be an intelligence analyst. William, say that again, William.
Olshovy.
Yes. He's going to be an information tech on a submarine. And let me tell you something from experience, that's not the easiest jobs to get. Let's see, Caleb Dodson is going to be an aircraft maintenance. Mason Harding is going to be a 88 motor transport. William Connolly is going to be a combat supply. And Serenity is going to be a combat medic. All of these young men and young women deserve a whole lot of praise and attention and thanks. Now, before we give them a big round of applause, would everyone in the room stand if you were part of the military? So you deserve that applause as well, because you're their support. Good deal. All right.
Okay, our last recognition for the night will be regarding the Deerfield Emergency Team. And Tanya Garner and Mr. Hargrove, I think, are going to present that recognition.
Just a quick thing to the recruits back there. Just remember that you can do tough things. You're going to have some tough things coming up, and you can do it, so just remember that. So today we want to recognize and honor Donna Trail, the school nurse at Deerfield Elementary School, along with the school's emergency response team, administrators, cafeteria staff, teachers, the Deerfield SRO, the middle school SRO, the Coffee County Sheriff's Department, and all of the Coffee County emergency response, and everyone involved in responding to a recent emergency situation involving a student. Because of their quick thinking, calm actions, teamwork, and training, a child's life was saved. In moments where seconds matter, the team stepped up without hesitation and demonstrated extraordinary courage, professionalism, and compassion. Some people may think that schools are only places for education, but some schools are also places where lives are protected. All schools are places where lives are protected, supported, and sometimes even saved. What happened at Deerfield Elementary is a powerful reminder of the critical role school staff play every single day. School nurses, especially, carry an incredible responsibility. Unlike a hospital or a doctor's office, they are often the only medical professional in the building. They must make rapid decisions, respond under pressure, and ensure staff are trained and prepared for emergencies at any moment. Their knowledge and leadership can truly mean the difference between life and death. Donna Trail and the entire Deerfield team exemplified what it means to serve and care for children beyond the classroom. Their actions reflect the very best of our schools and our community. Please join us in thanking and recognizing these true everyday heroes for their dedication, courage, and commitment to keeping our students safe. It was just like every day's business for, this whole team to save a life, and I just think that it's amazing. And they just do it every day, just amazing. I want to give y'all a hand. Thank you all so much.
Okay, I think we'd be amiss if we did not also recognize Ms. Leah Parsley for her leadership out there at Deerfield in keeping such a calm and organized environment while all this emergency situation was taking place. And we're so proud to have people like you in leadership at our schools. Thank you. I think the community realizes what, on a day-to-day basis, actually what teachers and staff do at our public schools, and it's an honor for all of us up here to recognize these situations where it could be a matter of life and death for a child. And I think all of us out in our schools, that's the most important thing, is keeping our children safe. And we appreciate every one of them. Okay, so I guess it's time to call to order our actual business part of the meeting. And there is no public comment tonight, so we will pass that section up. And so the next item on the agenda would be the principal's report. We're going to start with Miss Bobby Gilly. Okay, she's the elementary principal at New Union Elementary.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I want to talk about last week, was Teacher Appreciation Week, and we did a really good job out at New Union. We celebrated our teachers and staff every single day. They had lunch provided. Some days they had breakfast and lunch provided. I think a lot of them were missing those meals today, but it was a great week. We celebrated our teachers for all that they do and our staff for all that they do. It was just a wonderful week of celebration, and a lot of the kids participated and presented their teachers with different things throughout the week. So it was a great week to celebrate what all they do. Tomorrow I will be attending my last learning walks at North Coffee, and this goes along with our NIET grant that we've put a big focus on ELA and our reading standards, and I hope that we see results of that. I'm not going to say that I'm not a little bit nervous about getting some of these test scores back. I am, but I feel like our kids did their very best, and they tried, and that's all I can expect for them to give 110%, but we'll see. The 14th, we will be having Lemonade Day. We have 5 stands, including our own at New Union. We will be at Al White, Dot Foods, Logan's Roadhouse, and McKay's Wealth Advisory. We're excited about that. That's our 5th grade students. I think it's North Coffee and New Union. We use our 5th grade students for this moment, and we're looking forward to it. Got a lot of parent participation, a lot of kids excited about Thursday. The 16th, we have our Rebel Rumble, which is a car show that our PTO has put on. We had to go to another date because it rained us out of the last date, but from what I understand, we have close to 100 cars that are going to be entering, so that's tremendous, I feel like, and it's been moved to our high school, so that'll be taking place on the 16th. The 18th at New Union, we will have our Awards Day ceremony. This is for grades 1 through 4, so we'll be having different times for Awards Day on that day. And then on the 20th, we will have our pre-K, kindergarten, and 5th grade graduations. And then on the 21st, that's our administrative day, but we will be celebrating the retirement of 2 of our teachers. Miss Betsy Ratliff, after 39 years, she'll be retiring. And Miss Janine Henley, after 38 years, she will be retiring from our system. And we're going to have a small, just a small party there at the school that afternoon on the 21st. And then, like most of us principals in the room, I'm living for the 22nd when that's our last day of school. So we're keeping our head above the water. So thank you. Do you have any questions for me? Anything about New Union? All right, thank you.
A little bit taller than me. I'd also like to recognize, before I talk about what we've done the last month and what's coming up, Miss Lisa Winton, our assistant principal. So while I'm in the middle of all of that, she is taking care of the rest of the student body and making sure the school is running as smoothly as possible in the middle of an emergency. So we're a good team, and I love her to death, and couldn't do it without her. So thank you. She took care of the student body. So we had our top 10% banquet at Jefferson's. Our top 10% students are Zahara Albidri, Frankie Serio, Journey Bridges, and Lily Simmons. So we celebrated their academic success. We also celebrated Nurses Day, Lunch Hero Day, and we had Teacher Appreciation Week. And for our teachers, we had Dunkin' Donuts one morning, Bojangles, J&G, and we had the Chick-fil-A food truck come out for them. We go to the middle school tour for our fifth graders on Wednesday for them to tour the building and see what they're walking into next year. They're excited, but nervous, but I'm excited for them. They'll do well. We have Lemonade Day coming up Thursday. We will be set up at Steve Jernigan's Realty and Chick-fil-A. Also, on the 19th, we have our first through fourth grade awards day starting at 8:45. On the 20th, we have our pre-K graduation at 8:30. That's always cute. Kindergarten is at 9:30, and our fifth graders graduate at 1 o'clock on the 19th. And we have too many field trips to mention because everybody's going somewhere in the next week and a half. So that's what we got going on at Deerfield. Got any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Parsley. It's Mr. Eric Keith from East Coffee.
East Coffee, yeah. So, TCAP's over, so that was great. We're waiting on with bated breath for those results. I do want to shout out our East Coffee PTO. Last week they spoiled not only teachers but the entire staff with donuts and food and all kinds of treats for the staff. So recognized Teacher Appreciation Week, and we all collectively gained about probably over 100 pounds. So, but it was a good week. We also recognized our top 10% students at Bosky's last Tuesday evening. That was Bo Barrett, Easton Strickland, Aurora Damian, Marley Clark, and Lily Rackley. It was neat to take those kiddos out and their families to Bosky's, enjoy a meal together with their teachers and the students and the family. So it was a good time. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m., our East Coffee Choir will be performing, followed by the debut of the Ukulele Club that Miss Ledsinger's been running this year. So it's their first public performance tomorrow night, so looking forward to that. Also, we have Lemonade Day coming up Thursday. Our fourth graders have 3 stands that they are busy getting ready. We'll have a school stand, and then we're at Coffee County Bank over on the square and Reese's Jeans over on the square. So a lot of great things. I want to shout out both Coffee County Bank and Reese's Jeans. They've done a great job of partnering with us and providing some things for our students to be able to sell and raise money for. And so we'll be raising money primarily for school supplies. We at East Coffee, we like to provide as many school supplies as we can for our teachers, so that we don't have quite a burden on the parents come August when those school supply lists come out. So looking forward to that. And then Friday, we're going to Beetlejuice Jr., taking the whole school to see Beetlejuice Jr. at the Arts Center. And I caught one of the shows this weekend. It's awesome. So I think they've got shows all weekend, but looking forward to taking the crew on Friday. And then if any of you guys want to come play kickball Wednesday, next Wednesday, it's the teachers versus students kickball game. And I feel like I'm running out of players. I got a few players on the IL, and so stretch out, come out. It'll be about 1 o'clock. We have a streak to maintain, and but I might need some help this year. So we got a good an athletic bunch of students coming up. So that's all that's going on at East Coffee.
Mr. Keith? Okay, Miss Dr. Jimmy Anderson, Coffee County Middle School.
Good evening. We are having some elementary tours, as our principals have mentioned, so every elementary school will be coming through the middle school this week, coming by to see what it's like. They get time to spend with our counselor, Mr. Adales, and he kind of explains some of the things. And we have our student council members who walk them around the building and show them different parts of the building and talk about what to expect. And so that's happening throughout the week. We had a couple of schools today. New Union and East Coffee came out today, so that was a success. So we'll continue that for the week. Tomorrow night we have our top 10% banquet for our kiddos. They were able to take a field trip today, so we do something a little bit different at middle school. Our top 10, they take a field trip, get to spend the day having fun. They've worked hard all year, and so we give them a day to take a break, and so they always enjoy that. Tomorrow night's the banquet at 6. We also are going to have Job Shadow Day for our 8th graders tomorrow, so they get the opportunity to go and shadow folks throughout the day and try to see if that's a career that they want to do later in life. And so I think that's a great experience for them. Teachers will be meeting with me and the other administrators tomorrow. We're doing data meetings, our last one for the year, to see, okay, how are we going to start next year off? And so looking at data and how students have performed. Next Tuesday is our awards day. We have 3 different awards ceremonies. 8:15 is our 6th grade, 9:30 is our 7th grade, and 10:30 is for our 8th grade. So y'all are welcome to attend that if you'd like next Tuesday on the 19th. And then the 20th is our last day for house competitions. And so we've done different intramurals throughout the year. We finish out the year with kind of like a field day where they earn points for their house, and we crown whatever house as the champion for the school year. So all that will happen next Wednesday as well. So busy time, busy, crazy busy, but the kids love it. And so any questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, we'll start with the call for intent. If there's-
Madam Chair.
Yes? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the most important person here, the high school.
Good evening. Want to start by saying thank you to all of you that were able to be at our awards day a week or so ago. There were lots of senior students that were recognized, honored. We recognized them for scholarships as well as various awards. And I'm happy to say, and I did announce it at the awards day, that there was well over $4 million of reported scholarship that our seniors are receiving this year. And if my memory serves correctly, it's about $400,000 more than the previous year. So lots of that money comes directly from the Coffee County community, and we're pleased that all of the organizations that do offer scholarships to our seniors do that. And it's a wonderful thing that they do. We have lots of things going on for our seniors this week. I'm going to allow our ambassadors to talk about that a little bit later. Of course, you all are aware that graduation is coming up, and it's a week from this Friday on May 22nd. It'll be at 7 p.m. at Cardin-Gerald Field. We have just shy of 400 students in this class, and we look forward to celebrating them with our graduation ceremony. Also, next week, we have what we call our Senior Sunset. That will be next Monday evening at Cardin-Gerald Field, and it'll be a time for our seniors just to have a good time together. Not necessarily one last time, but in that type of environment it will be, and so we look forward to them doing that. There's also a parade next Monday evening. Now, that is not a school-sponsored or district-sponsored, but it's a parade that we encourage and we have beginning at our high school, and it ends out at Cardin-Gerald Field. And that is a community-sponsored parade. Miss Ashley Kraft heads that up. So lots of things going on for our senior students right now. Also, want to make sure you all are aware, it's an exciting time for our girls softball team tonight. They finished second in the district last week, and tonight they have traveled to East Hamilton. They actually left earlier this afternoon, but they've traveled to East Hamilton, down around Chattanooga, and they will play in the first round of the region tournament. If they can win tonight, they are guaranteed a trip to the sectional, which I believe will be this Friday. Now, if they win tonight, they'll play on Wednesday evening in the region championship. And once you get to the region championship, if you win, you get to host in the sectional, and if you lose, you will travel for the sectional. But again, just one game away from the sectional that will determine whether we could go to the state tournament. Final thing I want to share, and it's related to one of the softball players. We have several foreign exchange students every year at Coffee County High School, and one of them this year is from Ukraine. And today happens to be her last day of school with us. And she is on our softball team, so hopefully it's a really good day for her. She's with the softball team tonight. but had something unusual happen today. She sent me a note this morning, just a thank you for allowing her to be at the school, and very nice note she sent me. But this afternoon, Madison Taylor, who is our Student Support Services Coordinator and our SGA sponsor, emailed me, and she said that Alina had emailed her and wanted to know if a message could be shared with the entire student body as well as the staff from her. Unusual, but I said, Maddie, you send that my way. Let me take a quick look at it, but probably so. And so she shared that with me, and it was really just a heartfelt thank you to everyone at the school for giving her the opportunity to be a foreign exchange student with us. But if you all don't mind, it's just a couple of paragraphs. And honestly, it kind of made me tear up a little bit. And I'd like to share it with you if you don't mind. The foreign exchange student's name is Alina Horodecka. And again, she'll be leaving tomorrow. And she says, we are almost done with another school year, and sadly for many people, including me, it will be the last one here. And for me, today is my last day at Coffee County Central. For those who don't know me, my name is Alina, and I'm an exchange student from Ukraine. I've been here since August, and I wanted to make sure you all know how special this time has been for me. I never could have imagined that I would meet so many incredible people who would mean so much to me. People who made me feel welcomed, included, supported, something that means more than you know when you are far away from home. Again, I want to say thank you. Thank you to my teachers, to the people I spend time with, to the ones who talked to me on my first day, and to the ones who talked to me long after. Even the people I only passed in the hallway and never really spoke to, I say thank you, because every single one of you became part of my experience and part of this beautiful community that I will always carry with me. I still cannot believe how lucky I am to have had the chance to be here. My time in the United States is and always will be one of the most precious chapters in my life, because an exchange year is not just a year that you live, it's an entire life that you live in 1 year. The experience taught me that sometimes you have to travel far away, and sometimes even alone, to truly discover yourself. And here, I discovered a place that made me feel loved. This is why I will always be grateful to all of you for making this year one of the best years of my life. I truly hope I have left a small place in some of your hearts, the same way you have left in mine. And I hope you won't forget me, because I will never forget you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Your exchange student from Ukraine, Alina Horodecka. So I just wanted to share that with you all. Again, kind of touched my heart this afternoon, and I think it speaks well of the students at the high school and how they made her feel welcomed, and how the staff at the high school made her feel welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parsley.
Thank you. Mr. Parsley, I can certainly relate to that, because when Chanel was a senior, we hosted an exchange student from Spain, and it was similar to, it was a similar situation as this young lady. And to this day, we still keep in touch. And in fact, we went and visited her in Chicago when her son's going to Purdue. But that is such a wonderful program, and I was reluctant in taking an exchange student, and Chanel begged me into it, but it was one of the most wonderful experiences of my life. And it's like family, and it really is something. This young girl from Ukraine, that makes it even more special that we were able to host her, whoever the family was, in the high school, because I'm sure she'll never forget it. Okay. All right.
I think we had a principal holding out on us.
Okay, I was going to ask if I'm missing anybody else. Y'all have to help me.
No, I think they just didn't tell us everything.
Oh.
Like who the voted Manchester's finest principal or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Who that was, I think they're holding out.
I'm
not
think
always
so.
nice, but I'll.
I think he must be a little bit proud here. He must be proud of his sister. For one. Oh, well, we do need to recognize Miss Bobby Gilly was Manchester's finest principal of the year. Is that correct? Is it elementary, high school, or anything, or was it just one? What was the category?
No, it's just principal.
Principal. Oh, so that's awesome. It's for the entire. Great. Let's give you a hand. And you deserve that. You worked so hard this year, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. The community's noticed all the things that are happening at New Union, and just keep it up. Don't give up on us, because you can almost overwhelm yourself, but you've done so much, and so it's great that you got that recognition this year.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Okay, is there anybody, have we missed anybody else?
I tried to give Mr. Hargrove some credit for that too.
No, I just,
He actually helped put me in this position, so.
And I'm sure he's been very supportive in things that's going on.
Yes, I have.
Did I miss anybody else? Yeah. Anybody else have anything to say? Am I missing anything else? Y'all just help me, because it's like when I'm driving, if you see a car come and tell me. I won't get mad, I just throw my brakes.
Madam Chair, before we do the call for intent, we need to add policy 5.503 as agenda action item 16. That's policy 5.503, and that would be action item 16.
Okay. Was that just left off the agenda?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We got a brand-new person that helps us, and she is doing an outstanding job. Her first agenda was this one. It's a pretty complicated, and we're really proud of how she's already just blossoming into her position and meshing well. But Miss Shannon is doing a great job for us.
Well, I can relate, Shannon, because I'm in the same boat up here. Okay, so item number 6, action item will be policy 5.503.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so now we will, if there's no objections, the following items will be considered passed when the agenda is passed. Under the general consent items, have all the board members looked at those? And if you have no issues with any of those, then we would need a motion well, the motion would come with the agenda. If we approve the agenda, then we will be approving these general consent items, unless someone wants to pull one of them out. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as is? With the addition of item number 16.
I so moved.
I second.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Have any discussion? Okay, I'll start with Mr. Gilly.
Aye.
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 And I vote aye, so it passes 8-0. There's 8 of us, is that correct? Okay, so all the general consent items have been approved. Okay, now we'll get to the action items, number 6 action items, and the first one will be the fiscal year 27, the consolidated funding application, and Ms. Krista Cole will be sharing that with us.
Good evening. I want to share some information on the FY27 consolidated funding application. If you're looking at it on your screen and you want to rotate the pages, you can't do it without downloading it first. So I have learned that if you want to rotate pages, you'll have to go to that little down arrow with the bracket underneath it and download it, and then you can rotate, because some of the pages aren't where you can read it easily. So the consolidated funding application houses the title budgets and the title plans and the IDA and IDA pre-K. And so this is required by the State Department every year. It's an annual approval process. And all of our elementary schools in the district are Title I schools. We have other schools that would be eligible, but if we serve them, we would run out of funding for elementary. So right now we are serving all of our elementary schools. With Title I, we were provided basically flat funding with preliminary allocations. So we have the preliminary numbers in. We will not get final numbers in for quite some time, but I was quite surprised that we did receive flat funding. That's basically a win, in my opinion, because it could have looked much different than that. And so I'm pleased that at least we haven't decreased at this point with preliminary. The majority of the Title I funding is in Title I personnel at the elementary schools. I work with Miss Melson, and I brainstorm with her. She's wonderful to work with. I give her some of my ideas on how I think we can balance the budget, because it's usually a challenge, and so we brainstorm together, and she's a great resource. So for next year, we will have one unfilled position. We're fortunate to have a Title I teacher at Hickerson that's retiring, so no one has to lose a position. We do have that. The bottom line is we're still $120,000 short with the budget. However, we have a solution just like we had last year, and it's worked out nicely for us because we pull from one of the other titles. And I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's Title IV. So Title IV helps us to sustain the personnel in Title I. So we are allowed to transfer funding out of Title IV into Title I, and it's not like that with all the titles, but I'm thankful that it is with Title IV. Moving on to the other titles, we have Title IIA. That preliminary budget stayed about the same as well. In the past, we have funded 3 coaches, academic coaches out of that, but the time has come where we can no longer fund 3 coaches. And so one of the other titles will pick that up, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So what happened was several years ago when we had ESSER funding, we picked up some academic coaches. And I don't know if anybody remembers this because this is a big plan with lots of pages, but with Title IIA, we were allowed to take our coaches out of that budget and put them in ESSER, because ESSER was on a time crunch. Remember, we had a deadline and we had to spend that. And we let Title IIA budget build, and we were able to carry over the additional coach with Title IIA for a few extra years. So it's worked out great, but the time has come where that budget is now sustained and we can only fund 2 of them, but I'll talk about that in just a minute. Title III stayed about the same. That's basically ESL for extra and supplemental services and software programs. Title IV also stayed about the same, and like I said, I consider ourselves fortunate that it stayed the same. That's the budget where I transfer most of that funding into Title I, so we can keep our personnel running as much as possible for as long as possible. So that's Title IV. We were super fortunate to have Title V funding this year. So we had Title V funding years ago, and we lost it. So what happens when the census rolls around and the census says you fall under the 20% threshold of poverty, you kind of lose funding, and Title V was one of those. Well, recently, that population and that poverty percentage has gone up barely, but we are right over that 20% threshold, and so we received Title V funding. And I initially I'm going to transfer all this to Title I, and that's going to sustain that budget for even longer. Like, I had this great plan, and then I contacted the State Department, and they said, remember, you can't transfer Title V. And I didn't remember that because it had been so long ago. So what we did was, the very same day, Ms. Melson said, we don't have enough funding for 3 academic coaches in Title IIA anymore. So that's what we've done. We've picked up that other coach. And so federal funding has allowed us to just continue to extend the life of personnel for as long as possible. So we're fortunate that Title V came around so we could do that. So I can't transfer it out, but we can pick up a position that we were going to lose, and that's Title V. And the rest, we have IDEA and IDEA Pre-K, and those budgets stayed roughly the same as well. And most of that budget also goes to personnel. So at the end of the day, we're just going to continue to make the best decisions with the funding we have And we're going to take it a year at a time because it's so unpredictable right now with federal funding. Do you have any questions? And it's 232 pages, and I wish it wasn't, but it is.
So we didn't have to take none of out of our fund balance or anything to try to
We
cover
didn't.
this?
We didn't, and it's a roller coaster every year, and I let you all know, like every year, it really is a roller coaster, and it feels like that roller coaster is more challenging, but we were so fortunate, and I was just so thankful that we received Title V funding because that came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it.
It's kind of unfortunate that our poverty level increased, but it's
On the
fortunate that we
funding
got
side
funding
of,
for
on
it.
the funding side of that, you are correct. Are there any other questions?
No, but Ms. Krista, I really appreciate all the work you put into such a
Thank you. I have good help. I have lots of good
Yeah.
help, so thank you.
Ms. April, that's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do a good job, Chris, Ms. Cole. Anybody have any questions of Ms. Cole or anything before we move on? Okay, the next action item is student fees for the fiscal year 2026, 2027.
Yes, ma'am, and
Hey,
my,
wait. We need a motion and a vote on Ms. Cole's presentation.
Oh, okay, so we're to approve your consolidated plan. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, do we have a motion to approve the consolidated plan?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion made by Mr. Hansard and second by Mr. Cordell. Okay, we'll start with Mr. Cordell.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay, passes 8-0. Thank you. Okay, now then we can move on. It's student fees fiscal year 2026 and 2027.
yes, ma'am, my recommendation is we stay with what we did last year, which no fees for elementary, and we charge our middle school students, Raider Academy, and high school students as we previously did, whatever they're asking for.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the recommendation of Mr. Hargrove for the 2026, 2027 student fees?
I so moved.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Mr. Cordell and second by Ms. Yentz. Okay, we'll start with Ms. Yentz.
Aye.
Aye.
No.
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 Aye.
Aye.
Okay, let me go back. There's 1, 2, 3. Did you get the vote? Okay, what was it?
4 yes, 3 no.
Okay. Oh, and I'll vote aye.
Okay, so 5.
You know, I didn't give y'all a chance to discuss that. Is that? I'm sorry. But should we go back to that? Because I did not give them a chance to ask questions. Is that permissible?
That's up to you, Ms. Chairman.
Well, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I want everybody to speak their piece.
Yeah.
Okay, so, will we redo the vote? or-
You would have to redo the vote, yes.
Okay. All right, is that okay with everyone? Is that, okay. All right, are there any discussion regarding the 26, 27 student fees?
I don't mind covering for the elementary school, but I think we should cover it for everyone or find a way to make this work because $10 for one family is a different $10 for another family. And that's embarrassing for these kids.
I
My
agree.
thought process on that.
I've never been a fan of these fees. I mean, I think that's why people pay taxes, personally. I understand there's fee waiver stuff and all that, but I'm a single mom. And we've got a lot of families out there that are really struggling with the economy right now. And I'm just
I'm not in favor of it. I just I don't think it's a good look for us, and I wasn't in favor of it last year, and I'm not again this year.
Mr. Combs?
I think they've covered everything. I mean, from standpoint, everybody pays, pays taxes and everything, and looking at these fees, I'm not for, having to charge fees for our kids to get their education.
So basically what you're saying is that you think that there should not be any fees even for middle school.
We should cover them.
System-wide.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think we can do that. We cover a lot in this district, and I just think that it's also, I've heard say that like some of these fees didn't exist before there was discussion of whether we would cover them or not. And now all of a sudden it was a list like this, and now it's a list like this, and some of them are substantial. And if you've got a family with 3 or 4 kids, and this is a substantial expense. This is public education running on public tax dollars. So,
Any of you have any comments?
Where would the money come out of this, Mr. Hargrove, if we covered these?
I would assume the fund balance, which is used for reoccurring costs, things that are yearly fees or costs from us for our school system.
I remember this now, and I apologize. I've slept a lot since then, but I know last year that when we talked about this, we asked to come up with a number, did we not?
May have been, yeah.
What was that number that we come up with that was going to cover all of these?
Well, if all the classes, if we paid for everybody's fee waiver, that line will increase astronomically from what it was even last year. I understand where our comments come from, and my heart agrees with that to an extent. Our state has the lowest per cost ratio per student in the country. So the amount of dollars we're receiving in public schools, not what it used to be. And it'd be nice if we didn't have any fees. I get that. That's an astronomical amount.
Some of the discussion that went into last year was how much is actually being pulled in from parents paying the fees and so forth. And that was a big discussion that came up. It was approximately $10,000 that has been collected at the high school the previous year. The discussion then came to, do we put $10,000 towards paying for the fees? Then the motion actually came up about taking care of all the fees, and then it got stopped because if you're looking at each and every fee, you're talking about a lot more than $10,000 because each one of these classes is going to have several students. I don't know if y'all remember all that. A lot of students, and there's several students do not pay the fees, and the fee waiver portion starts helping to take care of those fees at the end of the line, which is coming up the next item actually. And then it went to work session, and then came back up in the July board meeting. And during the July board meeting, it was agreed and approved to move forward with the fees structured as the schools had presented, and that's kind of where it was at. So, and ultimately, when everything comes down to it, if there's a motion one way or the other going a different direction, just be very careful in the way that the motion is read, because you can write it or say it one way, and it could turn into, we're talking about a significant amount of money, or if you do it in a different direction, it could be the $10,000 that was being discussed. So you got to think about the way the motion is read if you do go a different direction. But that's the history of what happened last year.
Yeah, we gained we gained elementary last year, because it was fees everywhere. Elementary got plugged in, so that was a step in the direction of covering everything, was we covered elementary.
There was a few fees last year in elementary, and those were taken off, and these are the middle, or the secondary, if you want to say middle school up.
Raider Academy and high school.
So those are the ones. And I think that Ms. Melson actually went through and looked at the increases from this year to last year. And there wasn't that many, it's not much different than it was last year.
There's a few that went up, but not.
It's about the same.
But did we get besides just astronomical number, did we get a close number on that? I think last year, we got close to $200-something thousand, wasn't it? Or I think the high school collected, Mr. Parsley, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was around 65,000 there, right?
Mr. Gilly, it's been quite a while, and I hesitate to say yes or no. I really just can't remember at this point. I'm sorry, I can't remember.
The discussion was bringing together the amount of fees that were collected the previous year, and the amount that was collected was approximately $10,000. That's the amount that was actually collected. So I'm not sure where you're going.
It sounds like we're talking about two different things.
Yeah, I guess we need to clarify
Okay.
what was paid this year for fees for elementary school, that the
Well,
general school paid.
Not elementary. Elementary's no fees.
Well, but I mean, what was the cost to us? You know, somebody paid them.
We only had a couple elementary schools that had requested fees, and I think we were able to get those covered in things that we had already provided to the school. So we didn't.
we had no funds.
We didn't have either one of those schools reached out that they needed additional funding.
So
So
we
they were able
voted
to
to do
cover-
that, but we didn't have to use any money. Is that what
That's
you're
correct.
saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so what are we doing?
Right.
If we're not paying out any money, if they're taking care of themselves, is that something that's not gonna happen next year? They're not gonna be able to do that?
Some of our schools and the rest of even our secondaries, I've encouraged them to apply for a community foundation grant,
Right.
which can help with school supplies and some of
Right.
these costs. I mean, the dollars that are unused go right back into like at the high school, into departmental funds and help offset uncollected fees, kind of balance things out and help pay for graduation.
So it sounded like the personnel got creative and found ways of paying for those fees without the general school coming up with extra money. Is that correct?
A lot of them.
I would think it would be the fee waiver fund that was provided to the schools, I'm assuming was used to pay for those fees. Does that sound right, principals? I'm asking you.
Okay. So what are we voting on then?
I think what I'm picking up on is roughly if we could bump fee waiver line $12,000. Well, that's for the high school. Of course, we don't know middle school unless Mr. Jimmy's got a number there and things of that nature in Raider Academy. So we could possibly be talking about just as little as $25,000 for all three of these schools, and all fees are kind of waived.
Yeah.
Am I catching
And-
that?
Yeah, and to me, you need to put a limit. You know, you couldn't say we're
Right.
gonna pay for every fee there is at
Yeah,
the Raider
we can-
Academy
we
and the
can
high school, but
increase
if you
that
put a
fee
limit
waiver
to
to
where
it,
there's
it would
a-
really help.
At
Reasonable.
least
Cover, not
cover the
request
general
anything.
classes, maybe not the extra classes that they chose, like
Right.
maybe not,
The elected.
I don't wanna say anything out loud and make anyone mad,
But
like
I
the ones that say
understand.
regular,
Uh-huh.
like let's at least cover that,
The general school class.
yes.
Yeah.
And if the elementary schools didn't use this last year, then let's add the middle school and see how that goes. And the next year add the academy and see how that goes. And it might not cost anything, because it didn't cost anything this time.
But in the meantime, we're continuing to collect from parents. You know, is it really needed? I don't know. Maybe. And in some of it, I'm sure it is.
I agree with that.
could there be a motion that there's a certain amount that we as a school system provide toward all the fees for elementary, middle and middle, Raider Academy and high school, and that have a cap on it, but still everybody would be getting benefit from it, every grade level.
I think that's what we did last year, well, on the elementary schools, and
Last year, this page was approved. Yes, Ms. Jones, you are correct. You can, as a board, come up with a motion of what you as a board wants to do and vote on it, and that's your choice. What I was just making a statement, make sure you're careful with what the motion states, because that can change a lot of things.
Right, and now we're voting on specific things, and if it's not on that paper, then we don't pay for it. You understand what I'm saying? If that's the motion. So this way, it's more of a all-inclusive amount that could be utilized. Because
Ms. Mosley, did you have an amount at all?
And all for what? Like, so we give $30,875 total as a district, and then that's split between all the schools, and it's based on their free and reduced. So I'm talking about fee waiver. So we take that $30,000, and then I get the free and reduced students from Mr. Cornelius' department, and that amount is split by enrollment, so that by the number of children at each school that is free and reduced. And so that's a calculation that I do each year. But as far as, I think Amy Barnard came last at the work session, and she provided all of those numbers. I think she went through, I don't have that presentation with me, but I think she came to the work session that we had in June, was it June? And provided the information, but I don't have that with me, so I know that information has been shared.
Farm Bureau building, and it was right around $10,000
Yes, sir.
at the high school.
So I guess if you're looking at to increase the amount we give for fees, because our amount in the budget is a flat amount, and then that amount gets divvied out by school.
what is the flat amount that we're?
$30,875.
Okay, so right now, we're providing $30,875 for fees. Is that correct? Out
For
of
fee
the general
waivers.
school budget.
For fee waiver.
For fee waivers, out of the general school budget.
That's correct.
And this is in addition to the fee waivers that's provided by the state. Is that correct?
So this would be a fee, yes. So if anyone couldn't pay this, so this fee waiver could be used to pay these fees if a student couldn't pay.
Right.
But yes, so these are in addition. So these are for the
Right.
student. That's correct.
Right.
Your statement.
So, and so you're saying that covered everything?
So for the elementary schools, I
For
know
the
that
elementary
they're
covered. Okay, so we're good there.
They
So
were able
now
to
what
use-
we're looking at is middle, Raider Academy, and the high school. And I think what we're thinking is, or I'm hearing, is that you would like a certain amount to go toward those fee waivers. Is that correct?
Yeah, and also, we had the innovation grants this year that, how many $1,000s did we give away? For the innovation grants?
Giveaway is.
Or like,
Innovation grants.
the innovation grants, like how many, what was the dollar amount? 25,000 or something like that?
I'll have to, I can look it up.
Which is off topic, but I'm just saying, we are providing ways for these classes to have supplies and have things. We've got, on here, pay for Kleenex and cleaning supplies and paper and.
First and foremost, we're in the education business. All these fees, that goes toward education. And, we spend a lot of money, we sit up here and spend a lot of money on a lot of wants. And I feel that these are more needs than wants. So that's the way I look at it. We're in the education business first and foremost. We need to put our money, into education.
Okay, do we have a motion of what?
There's already a motion on the floor, yes, in a second.
Okay. So the motion was to approve as presented by Mr. Hargrove, and that is continuing the same
With
structure
middle
as,
school, Raider Academy, and our high school. No fees for elementary.
okay, and still charging the fees for the middle.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so that is the motion. And
I do want to bring your attention, your next agenda item is going to be for the leftover fees that have not been spent so far. So just be aware, you can look at that sheet, just be aware of it.
yeah, and that's kind of conundrum, you know,
Well,
here we
there's-
are, you know.
And that's the reason why I wanted to bring
We'd
it
like to
up.
know-
It
We'd like
ties
to know what that
together.
is first before we,
There should, you know, if we're paying it all, there shouldn't be fee waivers left, the way I look at it. But anyway, so the motion is, do we need to redo the vote or just leave it like it is?
we have to redo the vote now.
Okay. All right, so the motion is to approve, as presented by Mr. Hargrove, the fiscal year 2026, 2027 student fees. And,
Isn't that what we voted on?
yes, yes.
So it hasn't changed.
Unless you want to change it.
We went back to,
Madam Chair, we could make a motion and vote on to rescind
Okay.
that motion
Okay,
and then present a new motion, if
okay.
that's what everybody'd like to do.
But wouldn't the person that made the motion have to do that?
You're getting deep into, I know my Robert's Rules of Order distance, but you're getting deeper on it, so I don't want to tell you wrong.
So we're going to sit here
I think
all
you
night.
can either rescind or reconsider, and you might have somebody can make a motion for reconsider.
I'd like to make a motion to reconsider the vote, on item number 2.
Okay, okay, there's a motion to reconsider the vote for student fees, item number 2. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, let's have a second. Have any discussion on that, on reconsidering the vote?
I don't think that's debatable. Is a motion to reconsider debatable?
I'd say you can definitely discuss it. There's no problem with discussion.
No discussion? Okay, so the motion is to rescind the original motion, and we'll vote on that at this time if we're going to rescind the original motion to approve action item number 2.
Mr. Shores made a face. Are we good?
It's either reconsider or rescind,
Okay.
but use them
Did you
both.
say rescind?
You're good.
Usually
Yeah, I mean,
ends
that's
with
what you
previous.
rescind
Yeah.
or
Okay.
reconsider, either one.
Okay. Okay, one more time.
So we're rescinding it with
The motion is to rescind the previous motion on item number 2. And that's what we're voting on, to rescind the previous motion. Does everybody understand that?
I think I
Okay.
understand that.
Okay, and I'll start with Ms. Yentz.
Aye. At this point, I'm not.
Aye.
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 Oh,
Robert? Gary? Mr. Cordell?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay, so the motion is rescinded, and we're back to the drawing board.
To square one.
All right.
Miss Freeman.
Hallelujah.
I'll talk about that
Okay,
on
now
Wednesday.
then, now do we have a motion on how we want to go about the student fees for fiscal year 2026, 2027? We have a motion on how that would be.
I think we would just revote what we had, wouldn't we not, Ms. Jones?
Well, we need to vote on some, we rescinded that, so
Right.
it's off the table. So we've got to have another motion on the table if we
To
want to
approve or not to
approve,
approve.
to approve
approve
or
or
not
not
to
Or not to
approve.
approve the
Or
student
to
fees.
approve with additional money added
Right.
to that budget line item, or however. I mean,
Okay, and you want to make a motion on that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to instead of approving all the fees, we approve the regular class fees and add money to cover that to the fee waiver line in the budget.
You'd have a cap on it, a certain amount. We don't want to get into open-ended.
So we're at 38,000 now.
Madam Chair, I don't mean to interrupt you, Mr. Coon. Our high school collected a little over $6,000 for the year 24-25, or 25-26, sorry.
So it would take 6,000 to cover the high school. Okay, what, do you have any idea what Raider Academy or the middle school collected?
Yeah.
I would say we can add an additional 30,000 to, based on those numbers, we add additional 30,000 to the fee waiver line in the budget.
Okay, so
That should be more than enough to take care of.
So that would make it 60,875, is that correct?
If you do-
Right now, we're voting on the 30,875 for fee waivers.
Can I say?
Yes.
So, that will get, just so you, just want to reiterate, that additional 30,000 will become 60,000 whatever, and that will be split amongst all the schools, not just middle school, not just high school. So each school will get more, pretty much double.
Why will it be split?
It's split by the amount of free and reduced children.
Is that by law?
Yes, that's how
Okay,
we've done.
Even though we're providing it as the school system, we still have to do that. We can't, in other words, fund what's needed at the high school.
That's the way I read the motion. Now, if you want to do something different, if you want to say, I want to.
No, that motion's off the table. He's doing something different.
I just want to put that, if you just increase the line, then that's going to increase everybody's portion. If you want to just do
Okay, why is that? I guess, okay, this is what I'm thinking, and correct me if I'm wrong. We've got an amount that's set aside for the elementary. If the high school needs 6,000, we could approve 6,000. If the Raider Academy needs 6,000, we could approve 6 for them. And it might not need 30,000. You see what I'm saying? And and I don't understand why you'd have to divvy it out again, because that's not paying the fees. If the elementary doesn't need it, why wouldn't we use that for the schools that do?
I was just saying that the way Mr. Coon was saying to increase the line by 30,000 would give it out to everybody. So maybe it needs to be to specific schools instead of just to.
So the motion would need to state specifically how that money would be.
That would be better if that's the intent, because if you just increase
Because
the
otherwise
line,
it would be divided evenly.
That's correct. Depending on the amount of kids that were free and reduced at each school. So the high school would get more of it, but they wouldn't get the entire amount that you're expecting them to get if you just increase the total amount. So if you want that amount, you want to increase the high school amount, then the motion would need to say, increase high school by 6,000, increase middle school by 6,000,
Right.
instead of increasing the line by 30,000.
Right. Is that okay with you, Mr. Coon?
Yes.
Then your Raider Academy only has one grade band,
Yes,
2,000.
it wouldn't be as much.
Right.
I wouldn't think
you
it would
wanna-
be as much.
You want to think?
All right, we'll try this again.
Thank you, Ms. Milson.
Before you say that, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, I don't even know how to say this question. So this is only going to give money to the kids that did the fee waiver instead of covering it for everyone, or am I wrong on that? Because I want to cover it for everybody, not just who filled out a fee waiver.
So what, the number I think he gave you, is, I might be wrong, Mr. Hargrove, but the number I think he gave you is the number that actually the school collected. So it doesn't, anyone who paid, doesn't include everyone.
A lot of them don't pay it. Fee waiver qualify or not. They just don't pay it.
We need to find a better way to say.
So, and we're gonna have to come up with a
So,
motion to
like the
move
six-
on.
The 6,000 he told you that was paid, fee waiver maybe picked up the additional or part of the additional. And then,
That's just what was collected.
That's correct.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
I would like to make a motion to table this until the next meeting, until we can get some better numbers on it.
I like that motion.
Amen.
I will second
Okay.
that motion.
Last year, we pushed it through because y'all needed to get it in the student handbook. Is that the case now also? That you need to be able to get those lists in the student handbook?
Well, so the fees for classrooms go on to the class syllabus. Now, the syllabus will not go out until the first week of school.
Okay.
Okay, so-
I don't know if
Yeah, we talked about it last year in the end of June,
Yeah.
And I,
so.
yeah.
I remember there was pressure on it.
And I think the purpose of the board is not to be negative, obstinate about this, but that we're trying to figure out
How to help
we're trying
the
to figure out
students.
how to also help other parents
Yeah.
of students that it's in the upper grades with these fees. So
the
we have a
families.
motion to table.
To table this till the June meeting, so we can get more information
Okay,
on what we're,
That's
exactly
it.
what we're looking at.
okay.
Mr.
Motion
Chairman.
made by Mr.
Can I make a suggestion for you to make it to a postpone? Otherwise, you will have to have a vote to take it off the table. But if you just postpone it, then it'll be on
Okay.
the agenda
Okay.
for the
Agenda
June
item.
meeting.
Postpone it till the June meeting, June board
Second
meeting.
again.
Okay. Motion made to postpone it until the June meeting, seconded by Mr. Gilly. Any more discussion? Okay, let's take a vote. Okay, let's start with Mr. Hansard. Ms. Peacock.
Aye.
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 And I vote aye. So it passes 8-0, and that will be on the June board meeting agenda. We apologize for taking so long on this, but I guess it's the best because it needs to be discussed and everybody be sure of what they're passing. Okay. The next item is the transfer of unused fee waiver. And it's Mr. Hargrove.
Okay, and this kind of ties in, and
Right.
we can lump this in with June's talk,
Okay.
because this basically talks about what is done with unused fee money.
Right. So it
And it lumps back
Goes
in,
together.
I believe our high school, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Parsley, they redistribute that among,
This can't wait.
it has to be done so the bookkeepers can close their books.
well, no. It
Okay.
gets lumped back into their departments for, in
Right.
place of fees, trying to take care of
Right.
fees. And a lot of the, offset the uncollected fees where people don't pay is utilized, and a lot of it goes towards our, some of our kids that struggle to pay for graduation.
Okay. So really, what we're doing is taking care of what's sitting there now that wasn't used.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we can go ahead and do that and still discuss that.
Yes, ma'am, but I think it's important
Right.
to lump that into conversation.
Right. But that does
In
need to
June.
be, but that doesn't need to be passed tonight? It's
Yes,
not,
ma'am.
it doesn't?
It does.
It does, okay.
And I want to
All right.
add one thing for the high
And that's
school. They have $7,748.30. With graduation happening in a couple of weeks, there is a chance that some of this fund still being used for those that cannot afford to buy caps and gowns and some of those top amenities for the graduation. So even though it says that, even if it gets transferred over, they're going to be still using some of those funds to pay for those that are unable to, correct, Mr. Parsley?
So in other words, they won't be transferring the entire amount, is what's left.
It will be transferred,
after-
but they're going to finish off
Right, what's
with-
left
within
after
another
that.
fund.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you recommend, Mr. Hargrove, what's your recommendation?
That we
Transfer is approved?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do I have a motion to transfer the unused fee waivers as presented by Mr. Hargrove for this year only? You know, this would just only pertain to this fiscal year. And we can look at something different next year if needed. I have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Ms. Jensen, seconded by Mr. Cordell. Do we have any more discussion?
Well, this is just for the high school, correct? Mr.
For
Hargrove?
every school.
Every school.
The
Okay,
one you're
just got-
looking at is, yes, sir.
And it covers graduation expenses, is that correct? Like cap and gown
Cap
type
and gown.
expenses? Okay.
So what they've got left
Yeah.
over, they can put it
Yeah.
in a different category and
Yeah.
use it for the cap and gowns.
Yes.
But
That- yeah.
this one is just for the high school that we're talking about right now. Yes, sir. Thank you.
No, but we'll be passing what each school is doing with their fee waivers. Does everybody understand what we're voting on? Okay. All right. The motion is to approve the transfer of unused fee waiver as presented by Mr. Hargrove and is presented to us in the documentation. And start with Mr. Hansard.
Aye.
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 And I vote aye, passes 8-0. Okay, the next is the Cardin Gerald Stadium Building and Renovations bid. And I think Mr. Hargrove and Ms. Melson will be presenting that to us.
Okay, Mr. Hargrove's asked me to present it to you.
Okay,
We also do have Jacob Cherry with us, which is with Wold. And this is the bid for the stadium, the building, and renovations to the current home side, the areas that be moved out, as well as the visitor side. And this is what the board has voted on, gosh, it's been a few months ago, for us to move forward with the bidding. And you see in front of you what Wold is suggesting. After the bids were open, looking at the different alternates, it was discussed to take the second alternate, which is the visitors' locker room. And Mr. Chair, if you notice anything I'm not saying wrong, please chime in. Is hold off on it, take it out of the project, because the price of it doesn't make sense to put the amount of money into the visitors' locker room that is bidded, or the amounts that came in, and to pull that out and then within a year or two revisit that area and actually look at building a new building. Because the price that actually came with the second alternate was $361,900. And it just doesn't make sense to put that amount of money into that old building. It'd be better to take the whole building down, put up a nice new facility that is, well, to me, it just makes sense. Looks a lot better, would do the job, and it might cost a little bit more, but you're getting a new facility. And if you've ever been into the old facility, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's in pretty bad shape. Now, when they got done, it would look good, but it's a lot of money to put into that old facility. So I think the recommendation from Mr. Hargrove, I'm gonna let you have it, but it's on here as an option A, which is doing the entire job. And then option B is doing the entire job except for alternate, the second alternate. Mr. Cherry, does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
And hopefully that makes good financial sense. If we're gonna invest in that visiting locker room, we need to, in my opinion, humble opinion, we need to hold off on it and put what we need to build a new facility. It's gonna be there forever. But my recommendation is we push forward with option B.
Madam Chair, does this
Okay.
need to be a two vote thing? One for an option, one for who? Or,
Probably.
You can put it all in one motion. And as well, if you'll notice, and I guess I need to finish, we had 6 different bidders. The low bidder is Brinley and Sons, and the second lowest bidder is Thrash Construction. Thrash is the company that was awarded the high school, doing the walls and partitions and the doors. that will be happening this summer. And so those are your two different ones, and we're recommending go with the low bidder. Does that sound right?
Madam Chair, before we move any further into this, I'm gonna recuse myself because our company does business with multiple bidders on that list. So to keep from any conflict of interest, I'm gonna recuse myself from vote and discussion.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cook. Okay, so your recommendation is to go with option B, which is leaving out the visitor side building. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Not doing that at all at this point. And then along with that, you are recommending the lowest bid, which is Brindley and Sons Construction.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's the recommendation of Mr. Hargrove. Do I have a motion?
I so move.
Okay, the motion is to option B with Brindley and Sons Construction doing the project.
Right.
Okay, Mr. Cordell made the motion. Do I have a second? Have a second? Okay. Looks like the motion fails for lack of second. Okay. All right. Should we vote in two different parts? As a board, we could vote on option A or B, leaving out option B, and get that off the table.
You can, yes.
Would y'all like to go that route?
Mhm.
Okay, do I have a motion that we,
I'll move, Madam Chair, I'll move to go with option B
okay,
as far as the plan.
okay. All right, the motion is to go with option B as far as the project is concerned for the renovation at the football field. And do I have a second to go with option B? And that's not completing the visitor side building. I have a second on that.
I thought that's what we approved it.
Yours included who would do the work.
No one wants to make a second? Can the chair do a second? Okay, the motion fails for lack of second. So-
The chair is a voting member, so I don't know why, you preferred not, but you can do a second, I believe,
Yeah.
because you're a voting member.
Okay. I guess, before we go any further, go back and explain the option of eliminating option B again, because I think that's been some issues with us, is that the visitor side is so pathetic that when people come to our games, that it does look terrible on us as a host and having, so explain your logic on doing away with that.
Well, that's we're
Trying to-
talking about a refurbished building.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the cost of it, you're not that far.
From new,
From a new building.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am, from
Okay.
adding more dollars to the project and having a brand-new facility.
okay. And and being the devil's advocate, if you leave something off, then it doesn't ever happen sometimes. That's, you
Yes,
gotta look
ma'am.
at it both ways. We leave it off, we have the renovation project completed, and then all of a sudden, we didn't do that, but we don't have any money now, so. Anyway, so there is a motion to, does anybody want to second that? Vote on it?
What was the motion?
The motion was to go with option B without doing anything to the visitor
Yeah, we
side.
didn't get a second on it.
No, I'll second it.
Okay.
All
As far as now we're in discussion, we've got to do something.
Right,
So we
now we
might as
can
well
discuss
establish the
this.
plan that we all voted in the past to pursue, to get bids, to get the numbers, to get this going. If we are, I think everybody is quite everybody on here understands quite fully that the amount of cost of renovating the old visitor side versus a new steel building there, because it wouldn't be a classroom, therefore we don't have to get into a lot of extra expense and things with fire protection, stuff of that nature. I could tell you right now, the amount of money on that, that's definitely doable to have a brand new building over there versus renovating the old building. And in my opinion, that is the number one thing to tackle when it comes to something around there, because it's forced us in the last several years that we had to move our soccer team out from underneath the home side bleachers to put opposing teams literally a wall splitting us and them, and we have to keep the gates locked under the bleachers and people standing there when they come off the field and everything else, because it is football. There's a lot of mouth and a lot of talk and a lot of things that could happen underneath the bleachers that
Okay, so
we
really.
really need to get them back on their side.
So we're in discussion on whether to do away with renovating the visitor site or building a new one. And in this discussion, it goes through my mind, if it's not gonna be that much difference, why wouldn't you bid a new one to begin with? I mean,
So
if
that's
it's
what
not
we
that
gotta
much
do. Based off
difference.
of the specs that we put out to bid, we've got to strip that part out.
Right.
Madam Chair, we also have Mr. Jacob from Wolves, if you would like to ask any questions pertaining to that
Yeah,
comment you
and
just made.
that's my thinking, if it's not that much difference in a new facility, than renovating it, why wouldn't we have the new facility
Jacob,
as
could you come
part
over
of?
to
So I think the first thing to talk about is that the recommendation that we put forward was after discussion, immediately after the bid, and it was a limited audience, right? So I can talk about how we structured the bidding documents, which was at the request of the school board and the direction of the deputy director that we've been working with, which is we got separate pricing for each piece of this project so that you could choose how to award it. So we have the cost for, in any of those cases, you have to set up a base bid. Where's the bulk of your dollars going in the project? What's the step number one that if you don't do it, the rest of the project doesn't really make sense? So the base bid on this project is the bulk of the site work and the site utilities in order to build the new gateway building. And then from there, you could pick and choose how you do the other portions of the project. The natural one would be, we don't need to have 2 concession stand, so let's go ahead and renovate the concession stand as number 2. So that's our first alternate, is to make use of the space that you already have that you just freed up. The second alternate that we had was to renovate the visitor building, and there is some economy there because you have site utilities that will be prepped when you do the visitor building. So if you don't do the visitor building now, or you do it a few years in the future, you're not going to take advantage of the hole that's in the ground whenever you're putting in site utilities. And then the third alternate was, what is a piece of the project that we don't necessarily have to do right now, which was demolish the existing ticketing building. So that's how we structured the project. You could certainly choose to reject the base bid and reject alternate 1 and only do the visitor building if you want. The whole point of separating out the costs was so you could decide how you want to put the project together. Now, in doing that, there are some items that don't fit cleanly into a separation between alternate 1 and alternate 2. So I would say, if you said, for example, we only want to do the visitor building, there's probably some costs in the other portions of the project that will have to get transferred over as part of the project. Site utilities is generally what you're looking at. Now, when we started discussion with you folks about the construction cost estimate for this whole project, we set the construction cost at $1.9 million. We got a combined base bid at just over $1.8 million. So your base bidder is within your construction contract, your construction cost. The next closest bidder was $365,000 away. So we felt that a recommendation to go with the low bidder would make the most financial sense. If you took away the alternate number 2, which was $362,000, and looked at the gap between your low bidder and the second bidder at $365,000, between that you have $700,000 before you ever get to the number 2 bidder on this project. So at that point, I started running some numbers to look at how big a potential new visitor building would need to be in order to get similar facilities to what you already have for bathrooms, similar facilities for what you already have for the existing locker room that's over there that we were gonna, potentially look at. In discussion with these folks, and what you guys have already talked about at looking at potentially a metal building, I have run some numbers on what that total project cost would be. We've also had plenty of discussions with y'all about where is the threshold between when you make a recommendation to invest in an existing building through renovation or build new, and what that threshold of comfort is. Is it 50% of the construction cost? Is it 60% of the construction cost? Is it higher or lower? So in the few scenarios that I've gone through, you're pretty much beyond the 50% threshold of what it would take to build a new building if you took the visitor building down.
So you're saying it costs 50% more, for instance, if showing 361,900, it's gonna take twice that to build
Your
this?
alternate number 2 ranges from 47% to 62% of the cost of a new building. So in my recommendation, it doesn't make sense to award alternate number 2. Now, what you can do is you can say, if we go with option B, that gives us time, since we're not starting construction until November, to look at designing a new building for that side and try and get it within the available funds you already have. So if you look at the recommendation, it's like 1.4, and I don't have the number in front of me, I can pull it up.
Well, that would be,
$1,447,400 for the combined bid with no alternate number 2. If you stuck with the original construction cost estimate that we gave you in October of last year of $1.9 million, that's approximately $453,000 that you could spend on a new building and still be within your total construction budget. So there's an option 3 that's not even presented here because I didn't want to muddy the waters here. It's either we want to spend the money on renovating the building now, or we think that's not a good idea and let's regroup.
Okay, I think the waters are very muddy. Yeah, okay.
that clarified the deal with going with
Right.
setting an option B to break the visitor side out, to further decide if you want to renovate it or replace it.
Okay, so we're voting on whether to leave out option B, not do anything to the visitor side at this moment. Is that correct? And we have a motion and a second. So we're voting to leave that off the bid. And I'll start with Ms.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I make a comment? Or-
Yes.
Probably not going to be favored. We are trying to build a new elementary school. We're not getting much of anywhere with that. We're trying to add on to East Coffee. We're not getting much of anywhere with that. We've been told that we have to guard our spending if we want to be considered for these projects. And here we are talking about close to $2 million worth of spending. And I know it might not be pretty what our visitors have to go into. I recognize that. But I recognize that when Kathy has to cram kids into a classroom that is not appropriate for the size of that class, and she can't even split off into a bigger class, have 3 instead of 2 because there's no rooms to split off in. I have to tell you that this is a secondary priority for me in getting these principals. I mean, we've been going on about this for 2 years now? They need these schools. And yes, it's so fun with our sports, and everybody would love this great facility that we could go sit in and be proud of when teams come in from other places. But our principals need these schools. And so that is why I cannot vote on this project at this time until we see something begin to happen in our elementary schools. And that's just where I'm at.
I'd like to second Ms. Yinch's. I've actually asked several people, and a lot has happened since we first started talking about this. And I'll have to echo what Ms. Yinch has said. You know, we've had tennis courts are miserable. We've got a baseball field over there that's got almost a 2-foot drop in behind the infield. And again, I agree with Ms. Yinch. I've talked to commissioners, our county commissioners, and guys, we've got to show that we're going to be spending, and this $2 million would go a long ways toward, maybe not a long ways toward $70 million, but it shows an effort. And I'll have to echo what Ms. Yinch said. I wouldn't be able to vote for this at this time on the whole project.
Are there any more comments?
Mr. Chair,
And we'll vote.
I do.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot more to all this than just talking about these schools and what we've got to do to these schools. There's times when we do what we're supposed to do. There's times when the county comes in and helps us do things that they're supposed to do. You know, like Mr. Henshaw said, this ain't a drop in the bucket to what the school cost is going to be. That's way out. Therefore, you still got a system, you still have an infrastructure, you still have capital that you have to maintain, you have to upkeep, you have to renovate, you have to move forward, you have to use the funds that you have to still continue with your capital projects, with your system. And just like the tennis courts, I expect the tennis courts to be coming up very soon too. You know, luckily we do have a fund balance that we can knock some of these things off with. We can take care of it. We can do things ourselves to show that we're taking care of our stuff. We want our stuff to look better. We want our stuff to operate better, be more efficient. You know, we are utilizing those funds for that. We cannot compare these funds that we're talking about working on our capital projects to these two school deals, because that's always and always will be outside of any capability of an actual school board.
So,
It's always going to be a part of the Maine County government when it comes to building schools.
Right. So, Mr. Shores, this has been part of the capital project plan all along that we've been discussing, in the past.
We actually started at,
Right.
earlier in the year, probably August or September. We met as a capital projects committee. They asked for me to continue to move on to the next step, brought it to the board for us to include Wold, for us to move forward with the money. $130,000 was put aside for Wold to do their drawings and do all the work, and to get us to this point where we are. They have done so. So I'm just following what the board is asking me to do, and now I'm bringing to you what they have given
It's
me.
been in
Okay, so
capital
we're gonna
projects for 6 years.
Okay,
And so the motion is.
6 years.
The motion is to, right now, the only thing we're voting on is the motion was to leave out option B and not do anything to the visitor side. Does everybody understand the motion? And we'll be voting on that, and I'll start with Ms. Hodge. Do you want to leave off the visitor side?
I hate to throw away the money that we've already paid to Wold to begin this. I understand Ms. Beth's point and Mr. Hansard's point, and I also, listen hard, Robert, I hear your point too. So I'm going to vote aye.
No. Mr. Matthews? No? Okay, Mr. Coon?
I recuse myself.
Oh, that's right, sorry.
Aye.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to vote no.
No.
And I'll vote aye. So that's, what was the 4-3.
Motion passes.
Okay.
Motion.
okay,
If
well,
that's five.
not necessarily. I'm not sure how this works with Robert's Rules of Order, with you recusing yourself, because I don't know if that
Okay.
counts as a no vote.
Yeah.
A recusal does not count either way.
Okay, then with Mr. Ballard not here, we still have to have, we would have to have the 4 over, well,
You have to have,
because right now it'd be, his would be a no vote, so it's
per,
kind of 4-4.
per policy,
Tend to want to agree with,
per policy, it's written in policy that any matters before the board has to have majority of board membership
Correct, it's
to
not,
pass.
it's not majority of
Present.
present.
But so it would take 5 votes to pass.
Okay, motion fails. Okay, then do we have a motion to include the building?
Madam Chair, I feel compelled to share, and I wanted to wait till the end before we honored him, but, I mean, our former chairman has resigned his seat as a board member. Mr. Ballard's a good man. I think the world of him. Please continue to keep him in your prayers and your wishes, well wishes for him. But he won't be back. He's feels like he's where he needs to be, worried about what he needs to be worrying about.
Right.
But I appreciate his service to our community as well as our school system. But I feel compelled to say that because of how we're constructed now.
Right.
So if he's no longer a member of the board, that actually makes our board down to 8 members, which then if Mr. Kuhn has recused himself and it does not count, then that knocks it down to 7 members, which then turns it into a 4-3 vote, which you're back to your full membership, which means then it does pass.
Okay, so the motion.
And if you disagree, explain how you disagree.
Because even though I recuse myself from the vote, I'm still a sitting member here.
Okay,
So your membership's at 8. It's still gonna take 5 to pass anything, because 4 is just half of your membership.
And going off of what Mr. Kuhn just said, I was going off of what Mr. Kuhn said earlier when he said whenever he recused himself that it didn't count for or against.
The vote doesn't.
And that's the reason why, but it does
It does.
in the sense, it's actually a no vote.
Well, it lowers the threshold of
yeah, it's counted
Of the
as
number
7
of votes.
Well-
It's counted as 7 members. If your vote didn't matter, then it's counted as 7 members voted in that vote.
Okay.
So the
But that was,
majority-
that's what I was going off of. I'm not
majority of
saying one
7
or the other.
Well,
Just, yeah.
we're just to a point where we're at a stalemate. We might as well just admit it. This is not going anywhere. And, so it's a moot point at this point.
Gotcha. And want to make one other thing. The motion was to go with B. It wasn't to award anything.
Right.
Okay.
So the motion was exactly, the motion was just to remove the building and not do anything to the building. And you're saying that the motion failed. Is that correct?
That's what, if Mr. Coons, I was going off what he said, but what he said second, if that's correct, then that is correct. It failed.
Okay. So now we're back to the table. Does anyone want to make a motion to include the building as part of the bid?
Let's just confuse everybody. I'll make that motion.
Okay. Anybody second?
I take back what I said about agreeing.
Okay, is there a second to include the building, the renovation of the building?
I'd
in
like to get something for the $300,000 we've already spent when we all voted to do this to begin
So,
with.
first of all, we got to figure out what we're going to be bidding on. If we're not going to use the building, utilize the building at this time, or if we're going to do away with it. We've already voted that we're not, that didn't pass, so we've got to come back to something else.
I'm gonna have $300,000 of fund right here right now.
Okay. Okay, I think that, can the chair make a motion? Can the chair make a motion?
If not,
I think he made a motion. It's just if you, do you
No,
have a second?
I don't think we had a second, and I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion that this is postponed until the June board meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All right, we'll start
Who
with.
seconded? I'm sorry.
Okay, the motion was to postpone this until this entire bid process until the June board meeting. And it was seconded by Mr. Gilly.
Yep.
Okay, are there any discussion on postponing this?
I want to make a comment. If I could just see some forward movement on getting something done at these schools, I would not have a problem with voting for this.
Okay.
I just need to see something start to take place for these.
And
schools.
that starts, with the county commission.
Yeah, we'll
And,
wait on them.
and that's something that we'll have to work on as a board and as a community with our commissioners to see to show them the need. And I think we're in the process of it, because,
There's a couple of things with that. Of course, we've just gone through election. There's still election going
Right.
on. And so some of the thought process was waiting until
right.
you know who's going to be in the
Exactly.
in the seat.
And, and I understand that. I may not even be here in August.
Well,
So-
I'm talking about even
But,
down
so,
the other end.
the whole makeup of the board's gonna be different, and, so we need to postpone this. The motion was made to postpone it to the June meeting, and, we're gonna vote on that right now to postpone this to the
I
June
had
meeting.
one more thing. I'm sorry,
Okay.
and that's asking Jacob. I know there's timelines on when the bids are turned in, how long those bids are good for. Now, that's not to say that a contractor cannot say, yes, I will honor it in 60 days rather than the 30 days. Are we in that type of bind with that?
Or they might even have a reduction.
It could be,
Do I need me to make?
yes.
While Jacob is walking up there, Madam Chair, I think, Madam Chair, I think Mr. Shore's, the election he was talking about was down the street.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't
It wasn't
anything here.
Yeah, it's one over there.
Well-
Yes, sir.
The bid form that all of the bidders turned in attested that they would willingly enter into this contract so long as the contract was executed within 30 days of the receipt of the bid.
Okay.
So at a May 5th bid, you're looking at June 4th would be the earliest that they would be contractually required, unless they submitted in writing a reason that they wish to withdraw their bid and you as a body accepted it.
Do we have any of the people from the companies that made a bid here?
Matt's here.
Okay, would you like to make a comment? I mean, would your bid still hold up in the June meeting?
That's always a question that we go back to our
Right.
subcontractors with.
Right.
They're a vital part of all of this.
Exactly.
I'd say it's a valid question that you can ask any contractor, and it happens all the time.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
will say that what you can't do is negotiate. That would undermine the bid process as a whole. So at that point, you're really asking a bidder, will you honor this bid, or are you going to withdraw it beyond the 30-day deadline?
Right. Okay, so if we postpone it until the June meeting, this may go away. and come
June
back.
8th is our next,
But we're
their
in
next
stalemate,
scheduled
so I don't
board
see any
meeting.
other.
Yeah. So June 4th, their bids won't be no good. Could be.
You'd have to do a special called meeting just for this.
There's a chance the
Before.
bids are no good, and there's another part to this, sorry, y'all. But there is an amendment further on down to be able to take care of the payment for this and the funding. And the way I'm understanding from April, Ms. Melson, that has to be done timely with, down here at the county commission. Is that correct, Ms. Melson?
So that's correct. So this budget amendment has to go to budget and finance at the county as well as through the commission. And that usually takes, so their meetings, county commission meetings are usually middle of the month and the end of the month. So I would not be able to get it to the commission until the end of the month, but that has to go through budget and finance. So they may have to call a special meeting to get this approved. So I would say that we would have a hard time getting this budget amendment passed in the June. If you do it in the June meeting, that's why you have a huge stack of budget amendments tonight, because it's my last opportunity to get something through. So there would be a chance that that budget amendment would not make it through. And then if you guys approve the project, it could be a finding for the school district because it couldn't get the funding approved for it. So I just want to put that out there as well.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I go back to how angry the public was about paying 2 directors at the same time, and yet we're just tossing the money that we gave to Wold to do this for us. And I don't like to waste, and I know that it's gonna cost us more, but I don't like to waste that money. And I do think we need this, and while you all know how much I want Hickerson and East Coffee, I feel like that's a whole separate thing than this. So I really would push us to reconsider postponing this at this moment.
Are you making a motion?
I don't know how to make a motion.
Madam Secretary, you have a motion on the floor as of right now. Postpone.
Do we have a second?
But yes, she can
Yeah,
reconsider. You are correct. I'm sorry. I told you wrong. I apologize. If she's reconsidering,
Oh, what am I? I voted yes to do this. I'm not the reconsiderer.
okay.
I'm trying to make a reconsiderer.
Okay, so there is a motion on the
There's a motion on
floor?
the floor.
To postpone. You made it and I
Yes,
seconded it.
okay, so
I
we're
was
gonna.
getting my money's worth.
Okay, so we're gonna vote on that right now. We've had the discussion. Is there any more, any other discussion?
So we'll have to vote this motion to postpone.
Right.
We'll have to fail it if we're gonna hear anything about reconsider. So that's something between
Right.
you to consider, Ms.
I
Reed.
thought your motion was for option A.
This one is to postpone it. That one didn't get a second, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
This one is to postpone it.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay, the motion is to postpone it till the June meeting. I'll start with, Ms.
But if we do,
Ms. Frida?
if you, yeah.
The honest truth is, if I am really honest with myself, it's not that I don't see that this needs to take place. And this was my pout. This was my pout going, please, let's get something done for these schools. And I recognize that holding this off is not going to get something done for the schools. If the county commissioners are not happy with us because our schools need renovating, that's not something we can worry about. So I would like an opportunity to change my vote.
Okay, you want to change your vote to not include the building, is that correct? The building renovation, because
Well,
The original vote that we
Get
had.
this postponed off the floor right now. We need to get the
We're dealing
postpone
with
off
two
the
different
floor.
things here. We've got a motion on the floor to postpone this.
Yeah, so we gotta get that out of the way.
Okay,
And
let's,
we're
gotta
let's
gonna
vote-
vote
we
on
need to
that,
vote
and,
whether we're gonna postpone
okay.
this or not.
Whether we're gonna postpone it or not, yes or no, I'm starting with Ms. Hodge.
No.
Ms. Matthews?
No.
Mr. Coon?
I'm
You-
accused.
Oh, you're accused, okay, Mr. Gilly?
No.
Mr. Cordell?
No.
Ms. Yens?
No.
Mr. Hanson?
Yes.
And I vote no, not to post. So,
All right, so now, we're not postponing.
right,
Okay.
right, so we're back, and, is there a motion to, accept the bid that Mr. Hargrove presented to us for the renovation of the football field?
Are we talking B or A?
It's up to whoever makes the motion.
Whoever makes the motion, they can make the motion including, option B or not including option B.
I will make the motion to go with B, breaking the visitors building out so that we've got time to further consider down the road
Okay,
as recommended.
okay. So the motion is to go with the recommendation of Mr. Hargrove and, going with option B, and that's not including, renovating the visitors building. Is that clear? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, second by Ms. Yentz. Okay, or any discussion?
30 minutes ago.
Any discussion? So right now, we've got a motion on the floor to accept Mr. Hargrove's recommendation of using Brindley and Sons Construction and going with option B, which means that we will not be doing anything to the visitor side building. And that will be, in the amount of, $1,447,400.
The motion was just for the plan. Option
Right.
B. It didn't include picking a contractor.
Ms. Yinch, what was your motion, please? Because you were no, you didn't make the
She
motion.
seconded it.
Mr. Gilly made the motion.
Okay, so your motion was not to
No,
approve
it was just to
the
get
bid,
the
it's
plan
just to
of
get
what
the
we're going
plan
to
of
do,
it,
because
okay.
it's, you
So
know,
it's
if-
not for the recommendation that Mr. Hargrove gave us, it's for the recommendation that
it's
he.
half of it.
Okay, it's the recommendation that Mr. Hargrove recommended that we
Let's get
go
a
with
direction.
option B. And so we're not talking about any,
Certain bidder. right now.
bidders at this point. This is just the plan. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay, again,
Who's first?
it'd be Ms. Matthews.
Okay.
All right, yes or no?
For option B, right?
Yes, for option
okay.
B, for the plan, option B.
No.
And Mr. McComb, excuse me.
Yes.
No, Mr. Cordell, I'm sorry. Ms. Yentz,
A very reluctant yes.
Mr. Hansard,
No.
and I vote yes.
I vote yes also.
Okay, so that's 5, so that passes. Okay, so now we've got a plan.
direction.
We've got a plan for the renovation, excluding the visitor side building.
Right.
Now then, we've got to look at all the bidders, and we've got to decide who we're going to use for this construction
And
project.
that'll be your column on the end, right? On the, what we've been
Right.
provided, the last column.
So it would be the combined bid, no alternate 2. So that's what you're looking at is the final amount. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bidders. And Mr. Hargrove, your recommendation is to go with the lowest bid?
Originally, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Mr. Hargrove's recommendation is to go with the lowest bid, which would be Brindley and Sons Construction. And the combined bid with no alternate 2 is, like I said before, it's $1,447,400. Do I have a motion?
I so move.
Do I have a second?
We gotta have it on the floor. I'll second.
Okay. Motion was made by Mr. Cordell and second by Mr. Gilly, and now we can have discussion on it. Are there any questions or discussions concerning the bidder?
Why is the unit price of the over excavation, why is that so much higher than everybody else's? It's at 12,000. It's the highest out of all those bids. Can anyone tell me what that means?
Is anybody from Brindley Construction here?
I can answer
Are you speaking for Brindley Construction?
that. No.
Okay,
But I can tell you why that number's higher.
okay.
So the unit price is built on a unit cost and multiplied by the number of units we told the bidders to carry. So that is a contractor's number that said they're gonna charge $120 per cubic yard times 100 cubic yards that we've asked them to carry as an allowance. It's a built-in allowance of 12,000. You're seeing different numbers in that column because there's different, that's where competition happens.
Okay. It just seemed like it stuck out to me.
Yeah, I noticed that also. That
But looking at ahead, their home side locker room is quite a bit, almost $150,000 cheaper, so.
That's why I thought it was weird that the
Right.
other was so high. Mr. Sane, do you want to say anything?
In regard to the difference in the unit price?
No? Just to make your play here.
Oh,
Um,
part of this community for 93 years, of course, I'd be interested and would love to have this project. As stewards of the county money, that's a very hard decision for you guys to make. I mean, got big decisions to make, I would just encourage everybody to just check everybody's past history, references, their ability to perform this, the reasons why the bids are so much different, but I don't wanna cause confusion. I think
We're
you
already
guys-
confused.
Well, I know, that's my 2 cents, so thank you for letting me, share that.
Thank you.
Okay, I think all of us would agree that we much prefer going with local company if possible. And we have 2 companies here, both are from Coffee County. And, I think all of us are familiar with Sane Construction. They've done a lot of construction in our school systems and all across the county. Brindley and Son have also, I'm sure. I guess my thinking, are we comparing, I don't want any shortcuts. If we're gonna do this, it's $368,000 difference. Is that correct? In the 2 local companies?
And I do.
No, I don't think it's 360,000 now, since we're going with option B.
All right.
It's less than 360,000.
She's talking about the difference between number 1 and number 3.
Number 1 and number 3, yes. For you're doing the whole job, yes.
And I want to reiterate what Ms. Frida said, that, and I'm sure Mr. Shores and everybody that's helped him and with these bids and deciphering, everybody dotted all their I's, crossed their T's, passed vetting. There's nothing could bite us on this, right?
I guess, you look at, and we all need to look at this very closely. If you look at the alternate one, the homeside locker room, which we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing the homeside locker room. There's a lot of difference in the 340,000 to the 216,900. Is it apples to apples? Are you doing something more elaborate or better? I just want to make sure that we're not cutting ourselves short by going with the lowest bid.
We've always been very conservative in regard to making sure that we're not going to have problems with it. And that has in the past caused challenges when you get somebody who may not staff the project properly, may not put the amount of, but no, we have to all follow the plans and specifications as outlined by the board.
Right.
There's no shortcuts, there's nothing that any other contractor could do or possibly try to get away with if they're managed correct.
I just don't want us to get into the situation that what we had at North Coffee and New Union, because there were a lot of issues that were not done properly. A lot of that, in my opinion, and I'm just a layperson, but I could see it myself, and I don't want that to happen. I mean, we're spending this money and it needs to be done correctly and utilize our money the best.
It does
So
seem
it's
unusual to me that there's such a high percentage difference, but that is not unusual for.
Right.
Ms. Jones, I stand corrected. It is $367,900 difference,
That's what I thought.
even at option B. I do want to say, and I'm all right with going with any one of these. They put in a bid.
Right.
I'm good with any of them. I will say that we have worked with Brindley Construction before. They are the ones that did the portions of North Coffee, portions of New Union. They also built the majority of the high school CTE new building. So we have worked with them before as well. I've talked to Jacob with Wold, and same as Mr. Sane said in the back, whoever takes on this job, they have plans that they have to follow, and depending on how well Wold actually holds up with their part of it, the job should be done the same if it doesn't matter which one it is. And that is, as Mr. Sane said as well. I just want to make sure, but I'm good with any one of the ones you pick. What I looked at was almost $400,000. We're talking about close to $1 million. I mean, $500,000. It's just a lot of money.
368,000.
Yeah, it's 368.
Okay, so, any other discussion? Okay. So we have a motion to go with the recommendation of Brindley and Sons Construction to do the project for the football field. And
Or accept a motion to amend and go with a different.
right, we've got to, yeah.
You can amend what's on the table or on the floor right now. You can amend that and go with a different contract.
Or we could not. It could be. It cannot pass.
Yeah,
and then another motion
all of
come
it cannot
up.
pass.
So we've got a motion on the floor to approve Brindley and Son Construction for the bid. And we have a second. So is there any other discussion? Does anybody want?
Miss Chair, I don't know. I see 6 bids. I see 5 that are well right in line with each other and 1 low. I like to think all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, but I feel like somebody missed something usually, and just my experience when you see a spread like that on one, something's missing somewhere. I think. I don't know. I wish maybe there was somebody here that could.
When you're talking about the part for particularly the home side, the locker room, because all the other bids
let's just
are.
go to combined bid, no alt to,
Right.
and you look down the list right there. 5 of these bidders, I mean, right in line with a local, really right here in line. But then we've got a local that's way low, 367,000 low than anybody. And it's just, I just got a weird feeling. I don't necessarily, I don't know. I wish if they would have been here and we could have asked them from the crowd, are you sure you covered everything and stuff?
And they knew we were meeting tonight, Brindley and
Sure
Sons.
asked him if he wanted to come.
Pardon?
I said I sure asked him if he wanted to come.
And they didn't?
I guess, you've had, who's had more interaction with the bidders?
Me.
You?
Is
I
this-
guess that's going to
Is
be
Brindley
like-
and Son, are they able to get a bid bond?
Yes, sir.
You checked them out with the bid bond company?
I did not call. I have a sworn affidavit here.
Okay. Can I see that?
Sure. I sent you digital copies of this for the record. Bid bond right there.
While he's looking at that, I have a question on this also. Like I said, I don't want us to get into the same situation that we did at North and New Union. Is there a project manager or somebody that's going to be overseeing this that we're hiring you for the project manager? Okay, that's awesome, because we need it.
Pat on the back.
I don't know that much about construction. If they did way under bid, are they responsible to still complete what they said they'd complete at that price?
Yes. Otherwise, they default, you pull their bid bond. The bid bond is designed in such a way that it will make up the difference for what they're not able to do. So it's an insurance company that basically just underwrote them and said, we guarantee that they'll do this work, and if not, they'll be on the hook to pay the next contractor to do it.
That's what I just looked at.
Okay. I can understand why some of these others aren't here at our meeting. Shreveport, Louisiana, Brentwood, Tennessee, Knoxville, and Murfreesboro, of course, is close. But
Trash actually has a local office in Franklin.
Who
They're
does?
The contractor, as Kelvin
who
said.
who does?
Is Thrash Construction, your number 2 bidder.
Okay.
They're the ones that are doing the summer construction project on the high school.
Okay. Okay. So, is it unusual for them not to come to when you're going to be voting on $1 million project for no one from represented?
Well, Jonathan was here at the meeting whenever you awarded that project for the Coffee County.
Yeah, but I mean for this one.
It's not unusual.
Okay. Okay, so we're voting. And the vote is to award it to Brindley and Son Construction, the lowest bid. And does everybody understand what they're voting on? All right, we're going to start with Ms. Matthews.
No.
Mr. Coon? Oh, you excused yourself. Excuse me. All right, Mr. Gilly?
Aye.
Mr. Cordell?
No.
Ms. Yance?
So we're voting whether to give it to the lowest.
Yes. Brindley and Son.
Aye.
No.
And I vote no. So,
No.
okay. Okay, the motion fails.
So we're gonna pick one?
So now, do I have a motion, or do I have another motion for anybody want to make a motion for someone else?
I'm gonna move on down the line. I'll make a motion that we go with same construction.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to go with same construction, we have a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, we'll vote. Start with Mr. Gilly.
Aye.
Mr. Cordell? Ms. Yance?
Aye.
Mr. Hansard?
No.
Aye.
Aye. And I vote aye. Okay, so the motion passes to use same construction.
We can go to the moon and back and crash land and go up in flames and everything and still find a way to make it home sometime tonight, hopefully.
All right.
Thank you for being at our meeting.
Thank you, and we're gonna expect a lot.
But hey, we did it.
It's gonna
That's
be,
all that
it'll be
matters.
awesome.
We worked through something, yeah.
I will use
An hour later.
from late Dr. Sullivan. He says, I don't have enough customers to do a bad job and run out of them. So we can't do a bad job and still stay in business.
Right.
And I appreciate it very much. You've honored me this evening, and my dad and my granddad and every other thing that I did not expect this, so thank you very much.
Do we have a timeline?
Yeah, I don't remember. Look, microphone was scheduled. I guess the next question is how quick to get started, whether you skip a season or not.
Yeah, so what we put into the bidding documents for the construction period is after football season, which we assumed is the last week of October, unless
Yeah,
something
they better
different.
not, I don't wanna hear that.
So we set construction after football season with assumed start in
December
November.
4th.
Yeah, there you go.
And construction, the contractual construction completion, for substantial completion, is prior to your high school graduation in May.
Okay, thank you. Okay, item number 5.
Weapons detection.
Yes.
We have hashed this out.
Madam Chair, can we change up the schedule here just for a minute and let probably the student ambassadors go before they are still sitting here when it's time to go to school in the morning?
Y'all good with
Because
that?
I feel so sorry for them.
I think they're learning a lot.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine with me. It's fine with
Do
everybody
you
else.
mind,
Okay.
Mr. Dame Wood, if we let them say their piece and? Okay.
Okay, we'll start. Okay,
By the way,
we'll-
they're not here still tomorrow morning.
Okay, we'll start with Will Rogers.
Alrighty, good evening, guys. My name is Will Rogers. I'm a senior at Coffee County Central High School, and I serve as the student body treasurer. I want to start this off with just a little bit of gratitude. You know, I'm very thankful to all the school board members. Y'all do a lot for our school and for the community, so I'm really appreciative of that. Just going to go through a quick rundown of everything that's happening in our school. We're in a pretty busy season with graduation and everything coming to an end soon. So I'll start off with some of the spring sports. Boys soccer, the season ended last week. We had a pretty good season. I served as the team captain this year, so that was an exciting leadership role for me to fill. Baseball season ended in the district tournament last week. They also had a good year. Softball, Mr. Parsley talked about it briefly earlier, but they were named the district runner-up, and they are playing East Hamilton tonight in the region tournament. The track season is also over. We had one person qualify for state, Presley Rooker for pole vault. We also had a few school records broken this year, including pole vault and a few others. Their banquet is tomorrow night. And then we have a few of the fall and winter sports that are having their tryouts soon. Boys basketball is having their tryouts from May 18th through 20th. Volleyball is having their tryouts May 26th and 27th. And girls soccer tryouts are May 27th and 28th. Golf is having their tryouts on May 18th, 19th, 20th, 26th, and 27th. And to get the word out about all of these upcoming tryouts and sports, we're having an athletic night on Monday, May 18th. And that'll be an informational night about tryouts, summer workouts, and practices and everything like that. Choir is having their upcoming concert called Sing the Spectrum, a Chorus of Colors. That is their spring concert, and it is this Thursday, May 14th at 6 p.m. And then the last one that I'm going to talk about is DECA. Me and 3 of the other DECA members got recognized earlier for our participation at ICDC. And I want to take a second to brag on our club advisor, Ms. Prater. She really does pour a lot of time and a lot of effort into the club. So I really just want to brag on her. And, you know, coming into high school, one of my biggest weaknesses was public speaking. And I can't say I'm any good at it now, but I think I've gotten a little better. And I attribute that to DECA and all the competitions and leadership opportunities I've had through that. So I'm just really grateful for that club and Ms. Prater and the way she leads it. Thank y'all.
Alrighty, my name is Layla Cooley. I serve as a historian for SGA. Thank you for letting us be here tonight and changing us so we can get this over a little bit sooner. I want to say band had their spring concert last week. The Teen Health Advisory Council, they had a field trip to the county-wide 5th grade field day on May 19th. Beta is actually having their officer introduction banquet tonight. As long with that, they are having a car wash to raise funds for the Beta Nationals at O'Reilly's Automotive Parts this Saturday, May 16th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we have FBLA. We had our state competition earlier in March and we had a group of students qualify for nationals, and nationals will be in San Antonio, Texas, early July. And then with that, yearbook, our yearbooks were distributed today, and I'm the editor for the yearbook, and I think a lot of the feedback was very good. We didn't have any negative things it went very well. Also, a second to congratulate our middle college students. They are people who attend Motlow and Coffee County High School at the same time and graduated with their associates tonight at Motlow. With that, SGA, we've been working really hard. This end of the year, May is really busy for us. We assisted with the setup for senior awards just on May 1st. We volunteered at Dusty's Day last Friday, and we'll do freshman tours tomorrow. With that, we're also volunteering at the Chamber of Commerce on Lemonade Day this Thursday, and we are taking over the social media, so watch out for there. And then our last big thing as the 26-27 SGA group will be graduation setup. And that's it.
Do y'all have any questions for us?
Yes. Where are y'all going from here? Are you a senior?
Yes, I'm a senior as
All right, so where are y'all going?
In the fall, I'm attending the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, and I'll be pursuing a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering.
Okay. Did you get any scholarships with?
I did, yes, ma'am. I received the Sportsman Scholarship for $500, so I'm really grateful for that. And I also received the Epperchit Family Foundation Scholarship, which is put on by the Great Lakes Cheese Factory, and that one was $15,000 a year. So I'm really proud that I got that, and I worked pretty hard for those scholarships, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. I will also be going to University of Tennessee, Knoxville, but I will pursue a degree in journalism with a concentration in sports media. So that is what my next 4 years will look like after this.
Did you get any scholarships?
I got some scholarships from UT, but not any like local senior, they would be at senior awards. No.
Okay.
Any more
These two are
questions?
just a good example of what public education does. We look forward to seeing what you accomplish.
And you're both very good public speakers now.
We're proud of y'all.
Yes, very proud.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome, Ron.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is number 6, Google Plus subscription. Mr. Damewood?
I make a motion, we approve this.
A second.
If Mr. Danewood needs it, we know we need it.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. I've had headphones on my ears. I can't really hear anything. What?
We're not gonna make you talk about it. We know you
Okay.
mean it.
Yeah,
Fine with me.
I done made a motion, and he seconded it.
Okay, motion's made by Mr. Gilly to approve the Google Plus subscription,
It's
seconded
the-
by Mr. Cordell.
It's the annual thing that's not changed but a little, correct?
Well, this is actually we've been paying for it. It's just went over the 25,000. It's
So
like
now-
23,000 since COVID. We've been doing it, so it's just gone up in price, and that's why you're seeing it now.
Appropriate for the board to actually approve because it's over
Right,
25,000.
Exactly.
If you say we need it, we need it, so that's where I'm.
And we had all this to look at, so.
See, why could, we gotta do them all like this.
Some of them are not gonna make it like that, Robert.
Okay, so the motion's made to approve the Google Plus subscription, and are there any questions or discussions on it? Okay, I'll start with Mr. Gilly.
Aye.
Mr. Cordell?
Aye.
Ms. Yentz?
Aye.
Mr. Hanser?
Aye.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Passes 8-0. Okay, the next one is the Budget Amendment 143, 2026-1. Ms. Melson? Oh, sorry, Carlin, or Mrs. Cotton?
Okay, mine's very easy. It won't take long. I have a budget amendment for taking some money out of fund balance, which I feel like I'll at least get half of that back when we end out this year. But I've taken $310,000 out to cover food service equipment, which I believe at the last board meeting I had approved to get serving lines for the high school, which were $119,000. So I'm moving $110,000 for that. Food supplies due to CEP. This time last year when we did the budget, I didn't realize we were going to do CEP, so I did spend a lot more on food because we're feeding a lot more students. So I'm going to move $175,000. And then cafeteria personnel, due to my summer feeding program being so large, I'm ending up having to move a little bit of money into cafeteria personnel to cover the extra personnel that I use during summer feeding. So, and I have plenty of fund balance. I have $1,966,446.17. And if I take the 310 out, 310,000, it's $1,656,446.17. Any questions?
Can I make a comment that you are obviously very good with your budget and your finances to have this kind of fund balance, so.
Well, COVID
I am
helped.
grateful.
I will say that COVID definitely helped, but
Yeah.
I
But you
appreciate
still
that.
have to be good at handling it, so,
Thank you. I'm glad we get to use it for some things like cafeteria equipment.
yeah.
I think Ms. Cotton has the background in accounting and finance
I do,
anyway.
actually.
So that's
Do you
kind
really? Oh,
Yes,
that's
I have a
amazing.
degree in accounting.
so it helps, I'm sure.
Yeah, it does help.
Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the amendment as presented?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Ms. Hodge and seconded by Ms. Yentz. Okay, we'll start with Mr. Cordell. Oh, are there any discussions or questions? Okay, we'll start with Mr. Cordell. Oh, he's not here, is he? Okay, Ms. Yentz,
Aye.
Ms. Hansard, Mr.
Aye.
Hansard.
Aye.
Ms. Hodge.
Aye.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Passes 7-0. Mr.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next is item number 8, Budget Amendment 141, 2026-22. And I guess that's Ms. Melson.
Hey, we
Okay.
got halfway through ours.
So this budget amendment covers the Woodman Life donation that was, I think, made in the April board meeting. So it's to bring the funding into the budget to use to purchase the flags. And then we had to make some adjustments to 3 of our grants that fall into the state grant section. So in order for me to make those amendments, we had to put them on a budget amendment. And then the state makes us separate out the juvenile detection and ACT part of the funding for TISA. So that comes as a separate entry, and it's always required that I record that in its separate account. So we'll receive the revenue from it. I just have to bring the revenue in and record it into the budget in a different area. So that's what this budget amendment is for. And it does not affect fund balance.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve Budget Amendment 141, 2026-23?
I so move.
I'll second.
Mr. Coon made the motion, Mr. Gilly seconded. Are there any questions or discussion? Okay, ready to vote. We'll start with Mr. Cordell.
Aye.
Ms. Yentz.
Aye.
Mr. Hansard.
Aye.
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 And I vote aye. Approved 8-0. Okay, item number 10, Budget Amendment 141, 2026-24.
23.
23, sorry, I'm ahead of myself.
This is just to reorganize some TISA outcome bonus. So originally we had at the top of the budget, we had you put this money in other places, and we felt a better need to put it to use it for after school program. We weren't going to use it, so we've needed to put some of the money down into the after school program. Tutoring, for the tutoring part, not the after school program. That's the part of excellence. And then there was some professional development done. And then we purchased the Synergy Analytics software that will be used by Keith's department. And we are using the funding from this school year to purchase the software. But all of this is in the TISA outcome bonus budget, and it doesn't affect our normal fund balance.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve Budget Amendment 141, 2026-23?
I so move.
I second.
Okay, motion made by Ms. Yentz, seconded by Mr. Cordell. Okay, are there any questions or discussion? Okay, we'll start with Ms. Yentz.
Aye.
Mr. Hansard.
Aye.
Ms. Hodge.
Aye.
Ms. Matthews.
Aye.
Mr. Coon.
Aye.
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 And I vote aye. Okay, now we're on Budget Amendment 141, 2026-24.
Yes, so this is just normal budget moves. So starting in March or February, I'll start estimating where we're going to be, and I keep doing that every month to make sure our budget lines are going to be good as far as salaries or insurance or other things in the budget. So this budget amendment, the major items it's going to cover is your the paint in the schools and the wax for the floors. some summer capital projects, so anything could come up, so we wanted some extra capital money, just in case a large piece of equipment or something we need to replace in the summer. Some salary lines, and then I had to correct a revenue code, for after-school program. The state didn't like where it was recorded, so I had to move it down into a different revenue line. Basically, this is just me moving around some money. It doesn't affect fund balance, to make sure all of our lines in the budget are gonna be good for the end of the school year.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve Budget Amendment 141, 2026-24?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made
I'll
by
second.
Ms. Hodge, seconded by Mr. Cordell. Okay, do we have any questions or discussion?
I'm just curious, April. I noticed the community fee for the after-school program was at 93. That's what we collected this year.
No, so that's just what we put in the budget based on what was approved, what was discussed, and what we thought we would collect. So that's just the budget. I haven't looked to see where we're at. I can look at that right now.
I'm just curious how much we have left in our excellence program and what we're,
I can look to see what we've collected if you'll give me just a second to pull it up. So we've collected, and this is through March because our revenues are that many months behind. The 69,000. So that's what we've collected through March. So we should have 2 more months of collection.
and I've already put April in mine, what I've gotten, so I'm right at about 87,000.
So we'll be fairly close to the 93,000 by the time
Okay.
we close out.
Any other questions? Okay, are we ready to vote? Okay, I'll start with Mr. Hansard.
Aye.
Ms.
Aye.
Hodge. Matthews.
Aye.
Mr. Coon.
Aye.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Passes 8-0. Okay, the next item is Budget Amendment 141-2026-25.
Okay, so this budget amendment is kind of the same idea, but it's all special ed lines, and I broke it out because we're gonna need to take some money from fund balance, maybe to cover some of special ed items, and so I wanted to separate that out so you guys could see it and not combine it with the last one. So the main item on here, we had to move 2 aides out of the IDEA budget because our costs of just medical expenses are going up. We usually plan to move 2 every year just in case that happens. His budget's it's kind of like Title I. It's very limited on the medical increases and the benefits increases. Any little bit of that could cause him to have to move aides, and so that actually happened this year. And then the other major thing in here is the contracted services. So you're looking at almost doubling or more than your budget than original budget. I don't think he will spend the full amount of those contracted services, but I did not want to take a chance of us going over on that line. So right now with this budget amendment, it looks like we could use around $144,948 of fund balance. And you'll flip to the second page. If I take that out of our fund balance, it'll bring the fund balance down to 12.6 million. I don't think he will use the full 275, but we really don't know because we've got still got 3 months to record of expenditures for those services. So I'm kind of guesstimating on where I think we'll end based on a very high month in the past. So.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the 141-2026-25?
So move.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Giddy, second by Ms. Jens. Do you have any discussion? I just have one thought. Is basically the special ed program is not being funded as much as in the past, and that's why the general schools haven't picked up a lot of this. Is that correct? And that's why all these changes are
And
needed.
we've typically seen that over the last 2 to 3 years.
Right. And it's the law that we have to serve them, so it's
That's
really
right.
not any alternative, really.
That's right, we have to serve them, so. Yeah.
Right. Okay, are we ready to vote? Okay, I'll start with Ms. Hodge.
Aye.
Ms. Matthews. Mr. Coon.
Aye.
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 And I vote aye. It passes 8-0. Okay, the next item is item number 12, Budget Amendment 141, 2026-26.
So this one is for summer school. This is a state-funded grant. We get it every year. This is to bring the revenue for the summer school program that will service K-8, and then the transportation for that summer school program. So this is to bring the revenue in and to record the expenditure budget so we can start summer school in a few weeks.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve Budget Amendment 141, 2026-26?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Ms. Matthews and Mr. Cordell. Any discussion, questions?
You said all of this, April, is grant money?
So yes, so we will, if we spend every penny of this, we will receive $436,000 from the state. It's reimbursement, so we have to spend it first and then reimburse it. But yes, all of this is state money.
Okay. Okay, we're ready to vote.
And if you don't spend it, it disappears?
It goes back.
Oh, it goes back.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I'm sure Charlie can find places to spend it.
All right. Okay, we'll start with Ms. Matthews.
Aye.
Mr. Coon.
Aye.
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 Ms. Hodge.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Passes 8-0. Okay, item number 13, Budget Amendment 141, 2026-27.
So this is for the weapon detection systems that we were talking about previously in the meeting. This is the funding to take care of those, and this is from fund balance. And if you look down at the bottom of the budget amendment, it takes our fund balance down to 12.5.
Okay, I have a motion to approve Budget Amendment 141, 2026-27.
I so move.
Motion made by Mr. Coon,
I'll second.
second Mr. Cordell. Any questions, discussion? Okay, we'll vote, and we'll start with Mr. Coon.
Aye.
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 Ms. Hodge.
Aye.
Aye.
And I vote aye.
It's throwing me off not sitting beside you for this far away.
Okay, the next one's item 14, Budget Amendment 141, 2026-28.
So this is for Card Gerald Stadium renovation that you guys voted on earlier. It will need to be changed because this was for the low bid and the contingencies and the fees for that bid. So Mr. Cherry gave me the new number before he left us. The new number was Sane Construction. The bid would be $1,015,300. Contingencies would be $90,765, and fees and testing would be $290,000, which would bring the total to $2,196,065. So the budget amendment will need to change to match that amount. So I don't know if there needs to be a motion to change the budget amendment, or I don't know how that needs to
I think
happen.
the motion would just include the language to change the current document provided by that amount. Right, Mr. Shores?
Yes. You need to do a little bit more than just say, approve this.
I've already
Come on,
amended
man,
it.
it's 9 hours later.
Okay.
But I can't put it in the documents because
All right.
we didn't have it.
Do I have a motion to approve Budget Amendment 141, 2026-28 with the amended,
The adjustments.
with the adjustments to match the bid that was approved? Does that make sense?
I think that's,
I'll make that motion.
I think I'll
Okay.
vote.
Mr. Gilly?
It'll work.
Mr.
I think
Gilly
it'll
made the
work.
motion. Anybody second it?
I'll have Mr. Cherry give me that formal document tomorrow to put with this. But these are the numbers. He wrote them out right here for me. These are the numbers he gave me, so I think we'll be fine with that.
Can you tell me what it brings fund balance down to?
Yes, 10.3 million. Maybe include the total dollar amount in the motion, the 2.1, maybe include that as well, that might
Could
be.
you say that the total once again?
$2,196,065.
And that, are we in discussion?
Mr. Gilly, I think you're still, you had a motion, we don't have a second.
yeah.
But could you include that as Ms. Nelson said?
Yeah, but I got a question or two before I include it. This number, just so everybody knows, going from the 1.18, what the actual bid number was, is your fees associated on top.
The
Contingency.
1.8 is just,
Contingencies and stuff of that nature.
yeah, so the 1.8 is the bid.
Yeah.
And then, he's including $90,000 in $90,765 in contingencies, so that adds to it. And then fees of $290,000.
Yeah, and those went on every single bid.
That's right, they
anyways,
would be on
period.
every single bid.
Okay, so that would have been the
It would've
same
been
on any
number
bid
one.
that
It
we
would've been
had.
on every one
Uh-huh.
of them. It's just a
Okay.
standard fee.
Okay, so that's standard.
So I would like to also include in that motion to call out the actual cost of this in this budget amendment of $2,196,065.
Okay, so we had, that's the motion, and then we had a second. Okay, is there a
Need a
second
second.
to this? We've approved the bid. Okay,
Yeah.
seconded by Ms. Hodge. Okay, are there any questions or discussions? And I think you probably answered everybody's questions whenever you were talking about the contingencies and the fees. And that's just standard for every bid that was there, it would have been the same. Okay, does everybody understand that?
What are contingencies and fees? What all does that include? I'm just curious.
Contingencies is, let's say you start digging and you end up hitting a gas line that you didn't know was there,
Okay.
and we have to fix it.
Okay.
Then, rather than having to get everything appropriated, that funding can help take care of those unforeseen
Okay, that makes
circumstances.
sense.
And it's possible they may not be used.
Right.
Correct.
You know,
Which would
you're
be
excavating
nice.
the footing out
Mm-hmm.
and find out they buried a bunch of old tires and you gotta go 5-6 foot deeper and take out a whole lot more ground.
Okay.
And the contingencies would be something that they were not
Unforeseen.
responsible for. You know, that's
It
nothing they
wasn't
can.
already in
Right.
the bid, correct.
And then the fees are things like,
Fire marshal, it'd be anything that, if you was building a house, you would have
That
to have
permits
those fees
and-
that you have to
Permits
pay.
and all that,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Permits, all
build
the-
permits and so forth.
And that's gonna be on any project.
Yes.
Okay, does everybody understand what we're voting on then? Okay, we'll start with, knock my glasses off. Oh, let's start with Mr. Coon.
No.
Mr. Gidley?
Yes.
Mr. Cordell?
Yes.
Ms. Yance?
yes,
No.
Aye.
No. And I vote aye. So the votes, the count is what? 5-2. Okay.
63. 63. I believe.
5-3.
I'm sorry, 5-3. It says six, 5-3.
5-3.
Okay, so what did it do, pass?
Okay, motion passes.
Good Lord.
Motion passes
Spend
5-3.
5 hours, come up with something, go.
5-3. Okay, the next one is the budget update, item number 15.
Okay, this is the budget update for March. From the month of March, we collected $4.5 million in revenue, which brought us to $43.9 million, which was 82.56% of our budget, compared to last year of 82.68% of budget. $1,033,000 of that was local money, 3.5 million from the state, and then 37,000 of other. Going down to expenditures, in the month of March, we spent $4.2 million. The year-to-date, $39.5 million, which brought us year-to-date of 67.44% compared to last year of 62.68%. So keep in mind that this year we've done, some of these areas look over because we've done the extra pay. Our medical insurances went up. The state gave a bonus to our teachers who qualified. We've done some large capital projects, the lighting projects, the doors and hallways at the high school. We started the after-school program, but that's some good reasons on why we're ahead of last year's budget. And then of course the increases we gave, the salary increases. If you have any other questions, I'll gladly answer those. So.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the budget update?
So moved.
Mr. Gilly made the motion, a second.
I'll second.
Ms. Hodge made the second. Is there any discussion or questions? Okay, we'll start with Mr. Gilly.
Aye.
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 And I vote aye. Passes 8-0. No. Yeah, 8-0. Okay, then item number 16, policy 5.503.
Yes, Ms. Frida. I believe it was Ms. Matthews brought this policy. 5.503, there are 3 of our policies that this policy either overlaps or contradicting or conflicting or are in the same in some senses. My recommendation is, can we push this to our June work session so we can lay them out and talk about them in greater length?
Okay.
That's what the policy committee
Recommended
anyways.
Okay.
There
So
was-
in other
there was
words,
too
it's
much
to
in it.
tweak
There
it,
was-
to tweak it where it
We
doesn't.
just need time to dissect it
Right.
together and lay them all out.
And it's not doing away with the policy, it's just tweaking it so that,
No, we don't have this policy right now.
but it's,
have
but
this
it's,
in
but
it.
it's not, yeah, but it's adding the
We have
policy.
3 other policies
That
that
have that in it.
Right.
do.
So you're recommending that the policy committee looks at it again?
No,
And we could do it as a board.
Oh, okay,
at the
okay.
work session.
That way everybody gets
Okay.
it.
Sees all the other overlapping policies and everything.
Okay.
The only difference is the back page.
Okay. So do I have a motion to,
We made a motion at the last meeting, right?
No, it was to go to the policy committee. The only thing the
I thought
policy
the
committee.
motion was to vote on it.
I've made a
maybe.
motion to vote on it.
There was a motion made for it to be brought back to this board meeting and a vote to be taking place.
Yeah.
That's what the motion said.
That's
And
what
I
I
guess
thought.
that's what this is right now, but when
So-
asked, the policy committee recommended it go to the work session to
okay,
really be able to lay out to all board members, because I don't think but maybe one other came to the
Yeah,
policy committee.
yeah.
That all
Yeah,
board
I didn't
members
get
could
that.
hear exactly the other policies that
okay.
were
It
already.
That
allows-
covered
allows
it.
more eyeballs on it.
And what the
Okay.
difference really was on the backside of this one.
Okay. So, the last meeting, we said that we would vote on it, on this policy. So we've got to vote yes or no on this policy,
As it stands.
as it
There has
stands.
to be a vote about this policy.
Right,
And
so
that's
just,
what y'all
okay,
ran
does
to with the
anybody want to
motion.
make a motion either way to vote on it as is, or make a motion to, go by the recommendations of the policy committee, since not but one board member was there, one or two. I didn't get to attend.
Just one.
Okay,
I make a motion that we go to the work session with it so that we can explain some things before somebody oversteps trying to pass this and get it passed, so that they can hear in the work sessions the reasons why not to.
okay, so, the motion is to discuss this at the work session with the full board, and, a consensus determined at that time. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Ms. Jentz. Okay, now there, any discussions or questions? Okay, we're ready to vote. Now we'll start with Mr. Cordell.
Aye.
Ms. Yance?
Aye.
Mr. Hansard?
No.
Ms. Hodge?
Aye.
Ms. Matthews? Mr. Coon?
No.
And I wasn't there at the policy meeting, so I'll vote aye. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Gilly. Aye. Okay. So we had 2 dissenting votes, so it passes 6-2. So
How could you
it,
forget me down here?
I don't know. So it will be on the board work, next work session agenda. Is that correct? Okay.
When is the next work session?
June 18th, I believe.
Okay.
16th.
16th,
June
sorry.
16th.
Okay.
Okay, items for discussion. This would be anyone with the school board, on the school board that have any items for discussion. And I'll start with Mr. Coon. Do you have anything you want to bring up tonight?
I don't have anything at the moment. No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Matthews?
I don't have anything. I did enjoy the awards day at the high school a couple weeks ago, and want to thank the counselors and administration and all the students who worked very hard to put together a really nice program. And congrats to all of our seniors who were awarded that day, and if they weren't, congrats anyway, because they're going places. So.
Ms. Hodge?
I want to reiterate what Ms. Matthews said. Awards Day was very long, and I'm glad that it was so long because there was so much money given out to these kids. And I also want to say that I am out of here in 4 months, so I would love to see some progress on East Coffee and Hickerson before then. I really, really want to be a part of all of that. So whatever we need to do, let's get on it so that I can at least say that I help my schools.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I second that, Jen?
Yes.
30.
Okay, Mr. Hansard, you got anything?
No, ma'am, I'm good. Thank you.
Ms. Yance?
I also enjoyed the awards day. I want to thank our community
Yeah.
for just pouring into our kids to that extent. I was very impressed with that. And I know that's a hard decision to make on who to award that to because we have so many amazing students, but I'm really grateful to our community for that.
Mr. Cordell?
That was a good day. It's a long day, but over $4 million in scholarships. Wow. Congratulations to our seniors and all those that took part in that and put it together. What an amazing event.
Mr. Gilly?
I promised you earlier I'd be quiet tonight, so.
The only thing I have to say is that I missed the awards program this year. I was really sick, and I really hated it because it's always so good to see all those kids out there getting ready to start their next chapter in life. And I always, it's so nice to see those students that aren't getting anything sitting through that long awards thing and still being polite and clapping and really, honestly, excited about the others getting it. So I think they need to be recognized that, and those children are the ones that change the world too. So,
They are.
okay, so we've got committee reports. I think there was a policy committee.
Yes, we went, reviewed 34 policies in an hour and a half. Thanks to the preparation where we had multiple, we were able to really lay it out where we had changes in red. We had them a week before the policy committee meeting, so you had plenty of time to review changes, differences, recommendations from TSBA, all that good stuff to blend, so the committee was able to just come prepared and rock through them. Like I say, there was this policy that we decided to, look, this is, we were able to spot a lot of those differences and things and then get some feedback from TSBA, and that's something that needs to come to the full board in a work session because, just to go a little further. And that's where the policy committee left. It was like, look, let's send a recommendation back.
Okay. And then there's a safety committee, I think, but we probably don't discuss
we
that.
won't go in.
Okay, is there any other committees that met? Okay.
Well, our policy committee, we have another policy committee meeting prior to the
Yes.
next June 8th.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I've got a shout out to the lady to my left in front of you, Miss Shannon. Has done a great job. We're way on track. That was a really good meeting, and she had a lot to do with it. Our central office, we've already completed 6, and it's ready to go to policy committee. And our goal is by
Call it tomorrow. Let's do it.
August, September meeting, we'll have all our policies caught up.
Great.
So,
So that's
It's a lot,
that's
but
a
I
goal that's
appreciate
gonna
her.
be accomplished for sure then.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the date on that next policy meeting?
I'm not sure we have decided. I think there were,
Yeah.
we were having to coordinate with Mr. Anderson and Mr. Parsley. So I want to think it was a week prior to our Monday. It's first week of June, somewhere in there is what I think I heard. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the student ambassadors have already did their report, so we'll go to item number 10, capital projects update, and that's Mr. Shores.
Okay, capital projects, of course, I've told you all about the lights. They're done everywhere except for the baseball and softball at the high school. We received our first check back on the grant through TVA, over $50,000. So it's kind of nice money coming in instead of going out. Central office door, we have a door on the very end that we ended up putting a keypad on. Makes it a little easier for everybody to come in on the side, and actually makes it a little safer, just in case we have something going on up here in the front. You're not bombarded as soon as you walk in the door. So that's been added on. The other thing that's been asked about is the planks on the bleachers. We're setting up dates on getting those changed out. Right now, we're looking at either the end of June or in July, getting the planks all swapped out that have a crack in them or broken or something. But that's about all I got to report today.
How many were there, boys?
I'd have to go and count them up. I've got the stuff.
yeah.
I don't have it right off telling you how many.
Well, it's sure appreciated. I mean, I've had a lot of people commenting on how nice it was to have those rails, and I think that was a good thing. Okay, and the last item is the director's report.
I'll be brief, Madam Chair. I give a shout out to one of our board members, Mr. Cordell. He brought by 2 documents. One of them's the preamble to the Constitution, and I mean, you think about, and we're not perfect in this country, but it outlines how we govern and rule ourselves for the last 250 years. And I appreciate you thinking about us with those 2 documents, and we'll find a good place to hang them. You can view them on your way out tonight.
Nice.
But thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Cordell.
Thank
That's
you.
the preamble to our Constitution, which how we kind of want to rule ourselves. But I appreciate that. Also have, please keep Mr. Ballard in your prayers and your thoughts. And last but not least, tomorrow we're going to celebrate from 3:30 to 5:30 Dr. Blessing's 40-plus year career here. Please show up.
Oh,
It'll be your last chance to enjoy. He is such a special person, and we are so, no pun intended, blessed to have Dr. Blessing as part of our team here and to serve here.
and you said 2 to 4?
3:30 to
3:30
5:30.
3:30 to 5:30, okay. Okay, does anybody else have anything else? We have a motion to adjourn?
I so moved.